Hello, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, the executive producer here, and I've got a few pre-show notes for you. First, a reminder. All of the content we produce is available on our website at finalshowfilms.com, as well as youtube.com/senstaku, senstaku.podbean.com, twitch.tv/senstaku, and on iTunes. We are only able to do the things we do thanks to the kind support of our Patreon donors. We give a special shout out to our $25 tier supporters, Antitonic and Cat Waterflame. If you'd like to support us that way, be sure to check it out. Secondly, a thank you to the folks over at 411mania.com. They produce articles and content related to wrestling, MMA, movies, music, and gaming. Go check them out. We appreciate their support as well. And lastly, be sure to subscribe, comment, and rate, if possible, wherever you listen to or watch our content. It helps us know what you like, what you don't like, and helps us make more content. Feedback is always appreciated. With all that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
What's the difference?
Hello, everybody!
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We are having intense debates over the nature of
Time.
Yes, because that is the valuable sort of thing we do. Zachary, is your microphone on?
Zachary's my microphone.
No, it's not.
Now it is.
That might help.
Fixed it.
And people don't care what I say anyway.
Alright, so, hello, everybody. When last we were together, we did a whole bunch of stuff. And now we can actually proceed with Worldfire, the namesake.
Did you adjust the camera angle?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
As
good.
opposed to let's go
I
kill
can
the
see all of
Emperor
you.
campaign.
Got it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so, we are back in Worldfire, and joining me this week, we have, all by himself on my left,
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Clanless Faust, Dragonborn Warlock.
and on the crowded side, we have, on my far right,
I'm John, and I'm temporarily playing Senstaku Sonata, ASMR sorcerer, but will be shifting out to somebody else who will be introduced later.
on my immediate right,
Oh, that would be me, wouldn't it?
yes,
Okay, I'm not paying
You're
attention.
mixing things up, man.
So this is the character sheet says Duncan, fighter. Oops.
Half orc.
Wrong level. Anyway, half orc,
Level 11's correct.
and I'm Stan. I think.
and then the birthday boy, whose birthday is literally today.
Do we sing happy birthday to him on stream?
No,
Yes.
it's
Because that's like the ultimate like upgrade from getting the people in the
The people who don't know you in the restaurant?
yeah, in the restaurant to do it.
Yeah. All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Zachary. Happy birthday to you.
exciting, isn't it?
And that's on the internet forever.
Even on days when it's not your birthday.
Woo!
And introduce yourself.
Oh, yeah, well, you heard my name. If you didn't hear my name from that song, then I'm not going to repeat it to you. I'm sorry. And I'm playing Yitarasu, the defensive paladin, Oath of the Ancients guy that really kind of just wants things to be settled reasonably, basically.
That's not going to happen.
That's not gonna
The
happen.
reasonable member of the party.
Reasonable.
Hopefully.
I have no
As you
reason. I
tend
have
to
no-
be.
Yeah.
So, when last we left our heroes, they murdered the Emperor, and,
Again?
yes, well, they
This
did a
time for
whole
real.
bunch of things.
This time for real.
They learned a bunch of stuff, and they legit murdered the Emperor.
Third time's a charm.
Yes.
Sometimes you gotta kill a motherfucker 3 times.
While the Emperor's body is being sent to be melted down and turned into straight cash.
The straightest cash.
Yes. There was, this whole peace talk going on. But the peace talk couldn't happen until he murdered somebody. So,
Makes sense.
Okay.
Because then they take it seriously.
yeah. I know you're not joking around. Sonaris pulls himself up from off of the no longer twitching gold statue and calmly walks over to the negotiation table and sits down. I believe I was going to accept terms of your surrender, he says, motioning to Melodius. Melodius immediately sits down at the opposite end of the table, and Tanar takes a seat. Yes, Thank you very much for your assistance. You may leave. Sonaris raises his hand. They've done you a favor, ridding you of that man. Their input should be heard. After all, there's a vacancy in leadership from what I understand.
Ooh.
A series of opinions would be important. He motions for you all to sit at the table. There are certainly plenty of seats.
I sit.
Okay.
I will take a seat.
Melodius sits. Amadrin is
I'm gonna do
not
the
in
John
this room,
Wayne thing of
unfortunately.
Approaching the chair from behind and just hopping over and plopping in.
Are you going to Riker the chair?
Yeah.
You Riker the chair.
Congratulations. You have asserted your dominance on the chair.
I certainly can do that.
Make an intimidate check.
The chair fails.
After a little bit,
I did.
the Guardian, the little Modron, comes through the portal and begins cleaning up the, dead, smashed body off of the floor. Because it's going to start smelling.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing to do.
And, bodily fluids leak into stone, and it's really hard to get that smell out.
Yeah.
So, you want an end to this war. And I believe we've sufficiently made a point, says Sonaris. We need to settle the terms. First of all, you don't get any of your land back. Anything that was taken by my people during this conflict remains mine. Anyone who sets foot over that line is subject to my justice. Am I clear?
I suppose so.
Good. Secondly, your empire will dissolve.
I would assume it is already doing so. What, without an emperor?
Yes. But you're not going to be a single unified nation anymore.
I mean, we
Was
kind of already
it really?
we kind of already did that over in the other continent, but yeah.
Well then, it should be the same way over here. City-states. Let the people rule themselves.
So to speak.
I don't particularly care about the fate of the natives here, but I don't like what the Empire did and unifying them to their will. So, they'll be left to their states, and you can keep yours. Simple enough.
It sounds reasonable.
Sounds good to me.
Good. I believe we're done here. Melodius stands up. We do need you to, of course, put some sort of seal in place to verify this. Sonaris looks over. I said I won't do it, and I won't. And if you try to enter our new territory, we can have a repeat of the past 3 years. We're done talking. Melodius looks like he's about to say something and then stops himself. I'm glad we had this talk. You, he says, pointing at Yitarathu.
Yes?
Come with me.
I stand up.
He walks out of the room.
I follow.
Have fun.
Good son of you.
So, why didn't you tell me that I need to roll up a new character?
Just grab by the head and push down.
So what are the rest of you doing after this?
I look over at Melodius and Tanar. Right. Well, and then over at Faust. You guys have things handled here. Can I make use of your teleportation circle? There are people that I left behind that need a leader.
I assume you're referring to the Civil Wars a bit, putting it nicely.
Yeah. I kind of left a band of roaming angry men with tigers alone for probably too long. I need to go reel them in.
That would probably be best.
Yeah. You got this, right, Faust?
If I don't, the world will burn, so I sort of have to.
Fair enough.
Here. He walks over to the Emperor, pulls out his axe, and with a heavy swoop cracks the Emperor's head off. He lifts it up, quite easily given that it's made of solid gold, and hands it to you.
That should make a fine
I got
statement.
it. I got it. Yep. This will do nicely.
I presume they'll know what that means.
They will, and also it'll be useful in rebuilding, infrastructure, roads, houses, buildings, things like that. We kind of got carried away and destroyed the whole capital city.
And if anyone disagrees with you, says Tanar, it's not half bad for bludgeoning people.
I feel like it's going to be more useful as coinage. I have ways of dealing with disagreements. Talking and shooting. Not necessarily in that order. Anyways. It's been fun, guys. If you're ever back on my side of the world, look me up. And I'll head down to the teleportation circle however I can get to it.
I still have work to do before the day is out.
You head on down.
I leave to go be disappointed. You know exactly why.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's walk through that. So you go up to Timmy's room.
Yeah.
All right. You open the door.
It's empty.
It's empty. All of his stuff is gone. There's
just a slow drip of acid onto the floor.
You get a message from Grimgall that is a series of words that will not be translated into mortal tongue.
Yeah, I know.
More acid hits the floor.
There's like an acid scar on the ground right now.
Yes.
You're like salivating, but it's acid.
How did he manage to get onto our communication?
I am unsure.
There... no words. There's just like a box in the top right corner that says Fausto, remember this?
This is the part of the dialogue tree where it goes ... All
right, what's Duncan doing?
Well, I'm sitting at an empty table.
Yeah, everyone else got up.
Walked off.
Melodious at least is still there.
Yeah, Tanar left. Melodious is still there. So, I suppose we have...
Want to arm wrestle?
Particularly. I do have rather a lot of work ahead of us. We have to re-establish government, and I would appreciate if this new city we're building, or rather, the city's built, but this new government we're building wasn't burnt by a fire that consumes the entire world.
Oh, yeah, that.
So, I suppose both of our works have just begun.
Yeah, I gotta go find that. We got the staff, right? We just gotta find...
The staff is in safe hands.
Yes.
However, the Dark Elves did create the staff. I'm sure that with time they'll be able to create another one. We have slowed them down, not stopped them. They have the power source. So
we should go talk to them, too.
I can arrange a meeting with the Dark Elf leader. That is within my capacity. It will take a few days.
Aren't like 3 of the Dark Elf important figures named Kretz Mahal?
No.
Like the leader, the city, and the demon?
Yes, well, the channel is called Kretz Mahal. The city is named Kretz Mahal after the demon, and the demon is named Kretz Mahal.
Yeah, so 3 people. 3 important things named Kretz Mahal.
3 big proper nouns.
Well,
Yes.
one big thing named Kretz Mahal and 2 big things that he wouldn't like mine.
Yes. Kretz Mahal is not the subtle one.
Neither is Kretz Mahal or Kretz Mahal.
Yeah.
Man, this really Kretz my hall.
Well, there are no cities named after Drohizora,
The other one.
the other one, who is subtle. For good reason.
Mostly because people can't pronounce his name.
Yes.
I'm sure that helps.
It's like just call me the Dark One. Come on, just you do that.
Yeah. So what do you do with your? Well, let's go back to Zachary.
Go.
Oh boy.
So Sonaris is walking down through the summoning circle, and you're following. I have to admit, I don't say this about a lot of people, but I have a respect for you. Your patient nature separates you from the rest of those you travel with.
Yep.
Your very doormat-like qualities, I appreciate.
I give just sort of a slight smirk of acknowledgement. It takes all types to keep the world from burning.
Yes. But specifically, it takes those who can stand back and look at everything from a different point of view.
We got 2 of those.
I wish luck to you. What you do is very important for all of us.
Thank you, sir.
Take this. He hands you a seed.
I see. Well, gosh, I'm just carrying a greenhouse on me now. Can I decipher what this is?
It's the best pot in all the land.
Go back to your room. Take off that foolish metal armor. Press that into your chest right over your heart.
If you say so.
So it can take root and feed off your life forces.
He
You'll be a tree if I
walks
do
over to the teleportation
It's
circle.
the nail of Helena from Helsing. Just
I'll be a tree. It is my final form.
He walks over to the teleportation circle. The mage is activated, and he vanishes.
Moments later, I walk down to the teleportation circle. Hey ye, bye ye.
People with patience indeed.
I
I walk back up, I guess, and do exactly what he said.
All right, you take your armor off. You press the seed. It immediately begins to sprout. Remember how I mentioned that these people had armor made out of vines and leaves?
Oh boy, now I get that stuff too.
Yes.
Ooh, fancy.
You don't know its full properties. However, it protects you as well as full plate.
So flat 18 AC.
But it does not penalize. It does not give you penalty or disadvantage on stealth checks.
So
And it's much lighter and more comfortable.
So mithril full plate.
Basically.
before we knew how to work with mithril.
Yes.
That makes your AC a flat 18 plus your shield bonuses.
It also will repair itself if any damage comes to it.
Because it's alive!
It's also feeding on your blood.
I mean, kind of. Like, you can feel it is a separate living entity that is, you know, it is alive.
I can naturally magically summon plants, so I assume it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
It is putting its roots down in you.
It works with your whole natural order thing.
I can dig it.
Does he have to change his
I mean,
diet?
literally, get a shovel.
That's the other seed I'm carrying that I'm gonna have to probably literally plant at some point.
Yes.
You should get to that.
At some point.
I mean, it's best to plant seeds where the world's not going to burn.
Yeah, I kind of want to make sure the world doesn't burn.
Like
and
in a nice sunny place where
Like-
there's plenty of light.
the tree that it came from kept the world from being destroyed by a Tarrasque. Maybe this one has to be used to like keep the world from, you know, burning.
Teleporting
Plant
into a
it
sun
in.
or into
Plant
another
it in Kretz Mahal.
All right.
I mean, you know.
Stab, put seed.
I mean, hey, if I have to
Anyway,
turn him
It's like
into
the
a
end of
tree.
Fern Gully.
That movie, man.
that movie was messed up on so many levels.
So inappropriate for children. So,
One of Tim Curry's finest works.
I don't know if you should put the phrase, it makes me a special kind of horny in a children's movie.
To be fair, they didn't make it to the final cut.
True. But the fact that it was considered.
Tim Curry has that effect on people.
He's talking about oil and pollution.
I don't
Yeah,
want to know.
right.
I don't want to know.
Toxic love, everybody.
Yeah.
Toxic love.
Tim Curry made it a different kind of love. It was
No, I think he made it exact love that was intended.
anyway.
I don't want to know.
Don't worry, it's a messed up movie.
Good movie. It's actually a really good movie.
It's really good, but it's really messed up.
It's not a children's movie.
No,
No.
it is not.
So, what are you guys doing for the day? You actually, we're going to backtrack a little bit. So, the day before, you were in the one of the High Elven towers, a northern.
Different character, by the way.
Me.
Yes,
This is a different character.
this is a separate character. You were in one of the Sage Towers, studying, as you do. What are you studying?
Everything. Magic, particularly arcane theory and arcane. I'm an arcane scholar.
You're studying. You're a transmuter, correct?
Yes. Transmutations.
All right. Well, you happen to be studying conjuration at the moment. Just good to have a broad spectrum of fields.
There's no such thing as poor knowledge.
Yes. And, just dabbling. Because something strange happened this afternoon. There was a spike in conjuration magic, and you're not entirely sure what it was. But the powerful magics led you to look into some things, and you have discovered a different conjuration power. Something far to the north, among the dark elves. There is some source of conjuration power so strong that the mountain range happens to be along a ley line of magic,
Yeah.
which is why the High Elves built all their towers.
Happens to be.
Happens to be. Which is why the High Elves built all their towers along the mountain range.
Yeah.
And you're able to draw that at some point at the northern end of the mountain range, which is clearly in the Dark Elven territory, there is a strong culmination of conjuration magic. But you're a transmuter, you're not sure what it is, and you've been communicating with some of the other elven mages here, and none of the conjurers know exactly what this is. So
Do any of the diviners know?
no one can figure anything out about it. It's a strange feeling. As you're studying, you hear the familiar wings beating of a silver dragon landing at the top of the tower. And shortly thereafter, a massive woman descends.
Do I know this one?
Yes. This is Lentier. She is half elven, but her knowledge on the magical arts is unparalleled. She travels the towers frequently without her father. Her father is a most distasteful individual.
Not that Galadir cares, because racial hang-ups are for people who don't have better things to do. What's the general elven attitude towards half-elves?
Half-elves can prove their worth.
Okay.
But they're not innately worth something like elves are.
Specifically high elves. Wood elves are innately worth nothing.
Yeah. Galadir doesn't have those hang-ups because, like I said, if you have those hang-ups, you don't have something better to do. You're wasting your time.
Oh, high elves live long enough that they don't have better things to do, typically.
Yeah.
But Lentier has definitely proven that she knows.
Lentier, what brings you here?
Gallagher. Yes, perchance you can help me. Or rather, help others. You have a penchant for magic of a slightly more, some might say aggressive, I will put it as practical field magic.
Indeed.
Than many of the sages here. There is a group that I wish you to assist. You may have noticed the ley line, the conjuration along it.
Yes, to the north. The Dark Elves are brewing something.
Brewing may not be completely accurate. They have brewed. They simply don't have the tool to use it yet.
And what might this be?
I have learned through a channel that there is a spell called Worldfire. You can imagine what such a spell would do.
I imagine it involves the world and fire.
Yes. My contact is not subtle.
Oh. Those who create such spells often aren't either.
Needless to say, this spell should not be allowed to be cast.
No, I would agree. It would be quite inconvenient.
I spoke with the High Elven Council. Their methodology is a little more bureaucratic.
I have the feeling that I know.
For the High Elves to come to a decision on anything takes months.
There's like sort of a middle-pitched whine sound. Just...
Indeed. Regardless, I figure you prefer to get your hands dirty.
Well, acting directly tends to have the most, well, best results.
Teleport to the city of Daventry. You will know when the group of people have arrived. Trust me.
I take it they're hard to miss.
Yes. But, to avoid ambiguity, it is a dragonborn, a large dragonborn warlock, a half-orc fighter who would get along very well with my father, a Goliath paladin, and a human-appearing bard. I suspect there's more to her than meets the eye, though.
Just completely, conveniently ignore the sorcerer.
The other one is outspoken. You won't miss him.
I imagine I shan't. Except that I do.
Yes,
You will.
you conveniently miss it.
I conveniently miss it. Very well.
We miss him already.
I do not recommend speaking much with the other high elves. You know how much of rumor mongers they can be.
Someone's back.
Yes, I do indeed.
So, thank you very much for your aid.
How far away from Daventry are the towers?
This tower is the closest. It's actually between Daventry and Dredge. So it's, if you were to
Say turn to a bird and fly?
turn to a bird and fly, you could, as the crow flies, conveniently, you could probably get, it's probably mid-afternoon. If you flew through the night, you could get there by morning.
Let me see how long... No, it only lasts for an hour.
Pish posh. If you're traveling, it can last for as long as you want. Because rules are for silly people.
Yeah, I will turn into a... I will just walk out to a balcony and sort of staff in hand, spellbook on hip, bag already ready because it's always ready, and just turn into a like a raven and take off.
All right. You fly about half the speed of a dragon, which means that overnight you get to the city.
Yep.
Which is half the distance a dragon would travel. You've been to Daventry before. It's hardly a city full of scholars, but they're large enough that they do have, a few arcane areas where you can learn.
Do I know where the teleportation circle is?
Yes.
Because I imagine that if they're traveling to and from Daventry, they'd probably end up eventually being there.
You know it's at the base level of the tower, along with the base level of the tower is where all the magical stuff is.
Do I know Melodius and Tanar?
You know of them. You've seen them on occasion. You wouldn't have any reason to work with them directly.
Would I have any idea that they might know who I'm looking for?
Melodius tends to know everyone who... Melodius acts like a bit of a flake, but he knows everyone in Daventry.
Okay. Do I know him? Do I know at least how to approach him?
Melodius is pretty easy to approach if you can find him. He spends an amount of time in the tower, but he spends most of his days wandering throughout the city, keeping tabs on everything and working with the people. Tanar does most of the bureaucratic government work.
In bird form, I'd try to seek him out first, then.
Okay. He dresses pretty foppishly, so after a while, he appeared to have spent the entire morning in the tower. You see him leaving the tower.
Actually, could I have approached while he was in the tower? Like, did I figure out he was in the tower before he left?
All right, it's about dawn when you get there. If you fly around, make an insight check.
Insight or investigation?
Insight, because this is more of a common sense. And
Okay. 18.
You're able to figure out pretty quickly, he's probably doing some sort of business in the tower because you haven't seen anyone. And he, again, his black and red leathers are very bright.
I will basically go from windowsill to windowsill in front of the tower and see if I can find him.
He's not in any of the windowed rooms.
Then I will wait above the door.
All right. You wait there for a few hours, and he walks out.
Splat.
No. I just like fly down past his face to sort of get his attention, and then land and revert.
Hold on. Gallagher.
Galadir.
I'm sorry, he says, extending his hand to shake yours heartily.
I extend my hand to shake it. Not nearly as heartily.
Yes, you have been by here a few times. Yes, you're a little bit more, how we say, gregarious than others of your kind.
That wouldn't quite be the word I'd use, but you could certainly use it.
Well, in context, in relative terms.
I'm told that there are a group of... I think the appropriate term would be adventurers. That I am to assist, or at least speak with. A dragonborn warlock, a Goliath paladin, a half-orc fighter, a bard of some kind, and the term used was outspoken one.
Ah, well, the outspoken one is left. May I inquire why you are seeking them?
Well, it is the business of my people, and mine in particular, to keep an eye on matters that pertain to the health and safety of the world, and those within it, mostly the world. And it has come to our attention that the Dark Elves in the north are brewing something troublesome.
You can see the ever so slightest shift in his facial expression.
Can I tell what that shift means with an insight check?
Yes.
That's a natural 20, which makes it 27.
He picked up real quick on what you're talking about, and...
It seems like something he already knows about.
Yeah, he knows all about this.
I see you've already been informed.
Yes, and I suppose if you know about it... Let me introduce you to Faust. He would probably be the best one to speak with regarding this.
Very well.
He's almost as dour as you are.
I take that as a compliment.
Oh, no.
Oh, you people, he says, shaking his head flamboyantly as he leads you back into the tower.
Shakes head in flamboyant.
Everything Melodius does is at least a little flamboyant. But he leads you up a few staircases, and you see a man. You see a dragonborn dripping acid out of his teeth, staring into an empty room.
There's a moment when he realizes people are approaching, and he just kind of straightens his shoulders.
Roll me a perception check.
Perception, not my best. 13.
Roll me a stealth check.
How long does it take you to notice? 18.
You don't notice until they see you.
Yeah.
You're too focused on this empty room.
Yeah, no, it's just angry. When he does notice them, he just kind of straightens his shoulders.
Faust, is everything all right?
No, but I'll manage.
Well, perhaps this will brighten your mood. I have someone here who might be able to help us, he says, indicating Galadir.
I guess I should describe what I look like now.
Yes.
Also, I don't think it's a dragonborn that he sees at first.
You've been... did you take a different shape?
Yeah, I've been in my normal disguise since I got
Since
back.
you got back? Oh, well. You see not Dragonborn.
But I've been told he is a dragonborn.
But you've been told he's a Dragonborn.
You see standing basically 6 foot even, a dusky-skinned elf with very sort of piercing blue eyes, long white hair that looks like it may have been platinum blonde at one point, but has definitely faded the rest of the way to white. With a very calm, analytical look on his face. Basically, if you were to anthropomorphize a scanning machine, this would basically be the look on its face, like just constantly analyzing and recording everything. Wearing sort of light bluish robes and holding a white staff that's sort of like very clearly wood, but like crystalline, like petrified wood, above which hovers a small stone just sort of circling around it that has an arcane mark on it. Galadir Alunai, I assume you're Faust.
Yes.
I've been informed of you by one... What's her name again?
Lentier.
Lentier.
Ah. The daughter of the maniac.
I see you've met him.
Yes, I've met that family.
I've been told that I might be able to assist you and your allies, and you and your allies may assist me in dealing with a dark elf threat to the north.
I look past him at Melodius. Do you trust him?
I trust Lentier's judgment. And he knows he's already learned an amount of it.
The people of this city have no love for my kind, which is fair considering my kind have no love for theirs.
Do you know?
No offense, Melodius.
Do you know of the beast
None taken.
of the Isles?
Do I know of the Beast of the Isles?
Roll me a very impressive history check.
I happen to have a very impressive history score, so that would be a 24 or 25.
You have heard the legend. Roll me a religion check, which may just be straight intelligence.
That's going to be 12.
Okay. You've heard legend about some sort of battle between a powerful divine entity and a beast of unspecified origin, and that they are eternally locked in combat. Sort of a fairy tale-esque thing, but there's never been any evidence of it, and you've never given any credence.
I've probably never gone to investigate it.
Yeah, you've never... It's a 3-month boat ride.
Yeah, no, I'm not going there. I've heard of such a thing. I never experienced it myself, nor any solid information.
Nor should you. But the beast is very real, and its power is quite potent, though kept in check. Unfortunately, the Dark Elves, in their infinite wisdom, he says with very, very heavy air quotes, have decided to drain power from the beast in order to power a spell that would, based on my understanding from our recent visitor, he says, looking back at the room with a bit of a scowl again,
I note the acid marks on the floor.
could potentially relocate our world to collide with another.
Does that level of power that I was sensing in the north seem to justify that?
I mean, you detected it from several hundred miles away.
So probably, yeah. Well, then we should best get moving. It seems the Dark Elves have already begun tapping into ley energies far to the north, and it is a substantial amount. This wouldn't happen to be conjuration in nature, would it?
Yes, teleportation magic is often such.
Yes, then they have already begun their work.
You would know that that the source is currently latent. The fact that it is bleeding into the ley lines is a testament to its raw power.
Oh, okay, so it's not like they're actively working conjuration magic.
You'll know.
It's just that.
Real
Okay,
quick.
Okay, well, let me rephrase that.
Every magic user on this continent, potentially on this planet, will know when that spell started being cast.
Okay, let me rephrase that then. Whatever this object is, it's powerful enough to bleed into the ley lines, so we should best get it away from them.
Yes, the energy they leached is from a beast known to destroy worlds, so...
Well then.
Yes, we should be on our way. Let me gather the others. And I turn to find everybody else.
All right, where does he find you, people? Well, you had your little meeting, and you went back to your room and you were playing around. So they'll find you first.
Okay.
I knock on your door.
I open it up, now suddenly covered in trees.
We have a new addition, I say, completely ignoring the armor.
A new edition of what?
I point to the elf.
You see a walking tree holding a pair of
Doors.
Gate. Yeah.
I didn't know you had a druid in your party.
We don't.
Similar enough, I suppose.
That's the paladin.
Ah,
Yitarasu, and you are?
Galadir Alunai.
You would recognize the natural order
Yeah.
elements pretty quickly.
I presume, as you have clearly met Faust first, that you are well caught up on what exactly our little group is doing.
In fact, I have more information for you than you apparently previously had.
Well, information is always useful.
I suspect we'll either find Duncan or... No, Duncan will probably be the next one we find. He's likely still wandering.
All right. So, what did you do, Duncan? After
It's early morning, right?
it's by this point, it's late morning.
Oh, well, I've been up for quite a while then. Because I want to make sure I kill something before breakfast, so I went out and stepped on some bugs.
Okay.
Okay.
So now, you
I'm just
could have
wandering
waited.
around.
You killed the emperor. You can get your breakfast now. You can get a nice big breakfast.
Actually, yeah, no, that did happen before breakfast.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Anyway.
So you're at
So-
just pigging out.
Yeah, just hanging around, waiting for the next.
Where are you hanging around? Like
you miss.
high class
Well,
pub.
I'm not doing any
or-
reading,
These
that's for damn
people.
sure.
Said, "You
I'm
got this,
guessing
right?"
something to do with
Ciao.
food.
And that's very good.
Food seems to be your thing.
Yeah, just wandering around
Okay.
in the hallways and stuff.
What about you?
We've just killed the Emperor.
Yeah,
You killed the emperor. You came to terms. Sonaris basically said, "Stay off my lawn, and I won't kill you all."
Okay.
And no being a single central government. Let the natives have their governments.
Okay.
So no more emperoring in any of
Yep.
its facets.
Stop being a colonial threat and stay off my lawn.
And,
Okay.
And Sinstaka went back home to make sure that stayed true.
So,
Oh
what,
yeah, we do have a
what are you
crumbling
doing?
government in our midst.
Yeah, that's why I went back.
How long has it been after all that happen?
You probably got an hour.
Oh, okay. She's probably going back to her room to rest for a little while.
Just rest and recover?
Yeah.
By the way, has word made it out to the people that the Emperor died, or are we kind of keeping that a secret for now?
Melodious is figuring out the best way to tell everybody.
Okay.
And Sensaka went back home with the head of the Emperor to tell everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we're out of the blast radius.
You see, over there, it's slightly different because they've already devolved into tribal civil warfare. Over here, we're trying to minimize destroying cities. Or, I don't know, taking a Titan with a Matic and uprooting a tower.
But it was fun.
That was a good idea.
It was very effective. It did exactly what you wanted it to do.
We're good like that. We're good at finding the worst/best solution possible.
What? This dragon wants us to meet it in its lair? Intercontinental ballistic missile.
Exactly.
All right, group. Well, let me just throw this dungeon in the trash.
Fold up, light on fire.
You let a Technomancer get into a military base.
Yep.
Anyway, back on this plane of existence. So you hear a knock at your door.
Yes.
I open the door. We have a new addition.
She gives you a questioning look.
I point over my shoulder at the elf.
You see standing. Were you in here when I described what I was
Yeah.
doing? Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, you described right when I
I lost the track of time.
You see a woman who has a very distinctively red hair color, which typically would indicate either wood elf or half-elven features, but she does not appear to be half-elven. She could just be a very human-looking half-elf.
Look at you and my head tilts.
Can I help you?
Are you a psychologist?
There's a confused look on his face as he's looking at your hair. That is a very unique hair color you have.
Oh yeah, especially given that she looks imperial, and every
Yeah.
imperial person you met has had jet black hair.
Yeah. It's a very unique hair color you have.
Thank you.
I'm Galadir Alunai. And I extend a hand because apparently that's what you people do.
She shakes your hand.
That's actually what the natives over here do. It's a distasteful habit.
Charms
Tara.
and everything.
Taro, I am here to assist you
And
in your
she has a
party.
child.
Look down at the
Yes,
child.
there's a little boy with her.
And this one is...
Kai.
Just nod my head to him.
He has the same color hair. He has like the same.
Yeah,
appearance.
I've already adjusted in my brain the reaction, so the confused look is away. I am here to assist your group with dealing with a threat to the north. The Dark Elves. Apparently, your people found an item that they recovered, or know of an item they recovered that contains powerful magic that is apparently designed to destroy the world.
Yes.
Yes, I'm here to inform you all that they have it close to a ley line in the north, and that we should best hurry in removing it from their ownership.
I would agree.
Faust stops about 2 doors down and just kind of shoves the door open. Come on, girl. It's time to leave. And a small half-orc teenager comes out the door.
Turn.
What about our other friend?
Yes, we should find Duncan.
You leave the tower and you see Duncan. He seems to be intentionally getting odd and disgusted looks out of the rich, snooty people here.
I love it.
Duncan,
Oh, yeah.
it's time to
Time
leave.
Oh, good.
This oh good seems to be mirrored in the reactions of the rich, snooty people.
What about the little
Bye,
halfling
y'all.
guy that was with us?
What halfling?
The odd one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Would that have been the one that was in the empty room you were standing in?
That's irrelevant.
What did you do?
Irrelevant.
Wait.
Apparently, a visitor of yours removed himself from the location.
He's not here anymore.
Where did he go?
Irrelevant.
Presumably back home.
I like how Faust's matter-of-fact statements make him seem more guilty than he actually is.
Yitarasu looks at you very
guilty.
suspiciously.
He looks at you with a, this is not a topic I'm going to talk about right now.
I'm going to roll intuition.
Roll me some insight. Yeah.
Because
Check.
Is this deception or persuasion? I'm
thankfully I
honestly
rolled a
curious.
19. and
Hold
that's-
on.
So that's a 24.
You're not rolling anything.
24.
Your
He
passive deception.
seems legit. Well, no, because he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a DC. Oh, yeah. No, he's...
DC truth.
And I know he doesn't care that
He's-
much about social graces
Oh,
to learn
we're,
how to
we're going
lie
to
this
clarify.
way.
He cares about this. He cares deeply about this. But he
No.
didn't have anything to do with it, and he wanted to.
He doesn't care enough about lying to lie about this sort of
As
thing.
far as you know, yeah.
Faust doesn't lie. He just kind of walks off and does things in secret. So
Faust doesn't lie, he evades the truth.
He's not guilty. That's what
Yeah,
you're able to figure
Right.
out.
Well,
Oh, we should probably get going.
If anything, you tell that he kind of wishes he had a hand in it.
is there a... What would the quickest...
and I'm going to quickly dismiss that I gleaned that.
Two questions. One, with this large of a group, I'm assuming the quickest way to get up there would be to teleport. But
There
two-
are no teleportation circles in the Dark Elven realms.
Well,
You
no,
know that.
no. But is there an elven tower close to it? And the second question was, would it be appropriate to teleport non-elves to an elven tower?
Let's try it. I want to see.
There are no strict rules on the matter.
Yeah.
So yes, you could do it.
But let's
They
not
would.
do it.
They might be annoyed with you. However, the tower is marginally close. You were in the furthest north tower. It's marginally.
Oh, so they
closer.
all go further south than I
Yes.
was in the northernmost. Okay.
You are about a third the way down the continent,
Okay. Okay.
and then the rest of it's in the lower 2/3.
Got it. Never mind then. So I was under the assumption that the tower chain continued north.
No, it was the northernmost tower.
Okay. Well then.
Well, we'll be in need of a ship.
Why?
Are the Dark Elves? The Dark Elves aren't on this continent, are they? Are they on the northern end of this continent? Or are they off
So there is the Dark Elves specifically you're looking for are the group that are escaped slaves that a few hundred years ago founded a colony that they call their own in the northern parts, and they have expanded.
Okay, so it is on shore. Okay.
It is on shore. Unlike the Dark Elves at home, that is primarily Dark Elven and cult. That they're primarily Dark Elves. These Dark Elves have a lot more odd things living among them. Your tieflings, a lot more orcs, random demons walking around. There are non-elves living among them that have, kind of joined in there. Ooh, worshipping demons gets you power. I'm all for this.
Demons are too haphazard.
Yeah.
I can direct your party in at least approximation of the correct direction, though, following
Now-
the ley line north.
To be fair, you can take a ship. It is the fastest mode of transportation at the moment, short of getting on a dragon. And you can get most of the way there if you go around the northern end of the continent. Because there is a trade, the current along the western coast is a northerly current, so it's much quicker to go up north up the coast.
So my statement still stands. We should find a ship.
The only key is getting chartering a ship that's willing to go there.
Where's
It
Pi?
might be better just doing a forced march. And
I
get up
don't
there.
think we need to.
The Kneecap Avenger will take us there.
Where would the ley line? Would the ley line be more inland or along the coast, where the interference was?
The ley line runs the entire mountain range, and the mountain meets the sea at a massive volcano in the midst of the jungle.
And so, what am I imagining that it's close to that volcano that the interference was?
You would presume.
Okay.
Um,
Is it visible on the horizon?
No.
No.
It is several hundred miles off.
I will point towards. Is the mountain range visible from on the horizon?
Barely.
Okay.
It's 100 miles? No, it's actually no, it's not.
Because that's that's
It's a pretty big mountain range, but no, it's not quite visible.
Okay. I will use my staff and the floating stone above it to direct Faust's attention to the mount away from the sea, which would be to the east, wouldn't it? Or
Yeah, northeast.
yeah, it's northeast. While a ship is viable, though acquiring a reliable ship would be tricky, and
We know a
navigating
reliable
north, the easiest path.
Reliable's not the term.
We know a sailor that can do it.
The easiest.
We'll do it.
We know somebody insane enough.
Yes.
You realize that even if
The easiest path to follow that would take us most directly to the disturbance that I found would be along the mountain range. It is at the end of it.
That trek will take significantly longer, and time is a factor.
Time is a factor, yes. However, am I aware of? Actually, no. I wouldn't. This is something. Yeah. However, the Dark Elves will likely have defenses in place for their location, and having demons set upon a ship at sea seems like a precarious situation to be placed in.
Roll me an intelligence check, just general intelligence.
14.
When your intelligence is
20.
okay, yeah, it's super superior.
a forced march
Dark-
is only 25, about 25 hours.
Dark elves are horrible seamen.
No, the fear is not that the Dark Elves would set out, but that summon demon, sick demon on ship.
The traveling along the coast would not be super dangerous. You can keep enough of distance from the coast. It'd be landing the ship.
Yeah.
Or rather finding somewhere to land the ship, because it's very dense jungle
Also, the coast
around a volcano.
Also, the coast along the north is mostly dense jungle, not very many beach fronts.
A beachfront is not necessary.
Not for me, though. Not for me, no. But I'm saying is it's while it may be slower, it is also the safer route to go by land, and most direct.
It's about 100 miles to the east to get to the mountain range, and then the mountain range goes north of probably another 150 miles.
Yeah. So it's gonna be longer on foot, but it's boom, boom.
It's about the same distance,
Oh yeah.
but foot is way slower.
Yeah.
You can travel much faster, and ships travel at night because they follow the current. You can basically just let the water take you.
I will leave it up to your decision. You are, after all, the larger portion of this group, but my suggestion would be land.
Perchance, says Melodious, stepping up to the group. Because he hadn't stopped following you.
Yeah.
Perchance you should consider one other factor. How are you going to get the stone?
We don't know its whereabouts. We don't know what is currently around it. That is a situation that cannot be answered until we have further eyes.
Pardon me for assuming, but your people have powerful diviners, do they not?
They do. And yet,
And being along a ley line, I imagine your divination magics could travel it quite well.
theoretically, but their sight has been blinded as of late. At least that was the indication you gave me earlier.
No, they couldn't figure out what the magic was.
Oh, they okay, I misunderstood.
They didn't know.
Because I would have asked for them to look.
You would have met about the same reaction Len tiered. It's like, why do we want to look at it?
Oh, that's fair. Perhaps you could actually, Faust, you seem an intelligent sort. Perhaps you could present an argument that might present more impetus to our divinists. I will warn you now, my people do nothing swiftly.
If there is one thing that I have learned to do, it is expedite matters.
Very well.
Expedite. Language is still forming in this setting.
I was going to let it go. Very well. I can take you to my people, though. I look over at Duncan.
I smile and wave.
While I appreciate what you did to the people of this city, I would suggest not doing the same to mine. The people of this city, most they could do is grumble and complain. My people will turn you into a sheep and throw you off a tower.
No, I'll just leave you as a sheep.
What?
I'll just leave you as a sheep.
Or just leave you as a
Use
sheep.
as the
Polymorph into a sheep.
So,
And I'm actually the one that can turn you into a sheep. Very well. We shall seek out my divinists and have them inform us of the matter. If you are all agreed, of course.
That would be useful, yes.
Very well.
Certainly seems useful to know what we're going after.
I'll keep following and tell us something to shoot at.
Oh, don't worry. You will have a large supply of dark elves to attack.
I appreciate your doing this. I'm going to go work with Tar and figure out how exactly to tell everyone that the Emperor has been dismantled.
I would recommend gently.
Well, yes. That would be why I have to go figure it out.
Might we use your teleportation circle?
Or harshly,
course.
the sudden shock will make it wear off faster.
Faust. We need to work
Or
with you.
dismantle every single building in this city. one
I
or the
start
other.
walking
They
towards the
could do with some
teleportation circle.
they could do with some survival skills.
Quickly would just be like ripping off a band-aid.
Exactly.
I start walking towards the teleportation circle.
I follow him, content in the knowledge that you have absolutely no political influence over this town.
You also apparently can't read sarcasm, especially when it's the same flat monotone.
Faust for mayor next session.
We turned this into a political campaign.
Faust would be an excellent.
We did
role. I
that
don't
in
know
our
what you're talking
Eberron
about.
game. We went from an adventuring campaign to, well, now we have to go find a country that shares our ideals and marry one of us off to a princess.
It happens. Alright. So, you step into the teleportation
Or a
circle,
prince, we're not all
and we
Hang
will
on.
take a brief break.
Okay, sweet.
Brief?
Yes, brief, as in 2 minutes.
That way I can find
Which really
the
means
words
5.
for my teleportation.
Which really
circle
means
stuff.
5. Alright.
Which
See
really
you
means-
shortly.
Probably 10.
Unmutify. Thank you. And we're back.
Hey!
Where we going?
Yes.
I was-
You were in teleportation circle.
Hang on.
Oh, I see.
I have a thing.
You have that.
And there weren't even any whoosh, whoosh, whoosh noises.
There's about to be.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
That is not what my magic words are. Where did I put... Did I... Hang on.
Wherever.
I mean, whatever your magic words are,
lost
there's
a
a magical whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
I lost... Oh, there they are. Hang on.
So great. We're stuck in a magic circle and we teleport halfway and we're in limbo.
There it is. So, yeah, once everybody's in the magic circle... De uno loco ad alium transfer.
Poof.
I'd rather all of us transport halfway than half of us transport all the way.
And we
What's happening?
teleport into
All right.
a mage tower.
You appear in an interesting tower. It's the room itself looks like it's made out of quartz.
Similar to my staff.
Yes.
Nice.
It's almost transparent, but not quite. But it is a very pure, crystally quartz room that you are in. And it's very open as well. There's lots of windows into it. And as you look out, you can see a mountain range. Also, it's real cold. It's snowing out there.
Oh, good.
Duncan, you're probably
I don't
fine
care.
because you're all covered in furs and whatnot.
Yep.
And all
I'm
that.
from the mountains. I'm used to this.
Yeah, Yutarasu, this is like, finally, back in a proper elevation.
Dragonborn have a naturally high body heat, so
It's mainly you and your baby.
Son, he's a boy, not a baby. But yes.
and
Uh, Angora's probably
a little cold to death.
suddenly cold. Suddenly, you see a number of high elves who are also dressed.
Is Sandra still with us?
No, she stayed.
Okay.
She stayed back.
I like to clarify this.
No, because I keep forgetting about her anyway.
Are there any other NPCs that will just be appearing and disappearing from our party?
No.
Okay, good.
You realize there's a good reason that these high elves wear a lot of robe,
Yep.
and there aren't any in this room though.
And why my skin is so pale. Do I know where the divinists would be, typically?
I mean, they're going to be spread out, but you do know of a particular divinist who is very powerful, and she lives on the 3rd level of the tower.
I will begin walking in that direction as I do. Please don't touch anything.
I will stay real close behind him.
I'm
Like, annoyingly close.
I'm going to watch
So
him
nobody sees me.
very closely.
How tall are you?
I'm about 4 inches taller than you are. And I got a stupid little monkey hat on.
Yep.
And he's a lot broader than you are.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Little monkey hat. on.
Obviously, a
With,
lot broader.
well, it's a goblin hat.
That's right.
Yeah. He's wearing basically a toque.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I would.
burgers.
I just stride out as if everything is right with the world.
Yeah.
I just follow him step for step, like March.
Yeah.
Very easy with the snow.
These towers are pretty sparse. High elves like to stay to themselves, and they don't really wander the halls unless they need to. So you don't encounter anyone on the way up there.
If they did, I'd try to go up and high five.
No.
And I will promptly proceed to stop him. That's my job. That's my job now.
So he's
Wrangle
following me
Duncan.
the same way I'm following.
Not quite.
What's the save on polymorph?
Because I have a strength that is comparable to yours.
Yes, you do.
So
Isn't that fun?
it's my job to keep you in check physically if need be.
So you reach them. Her name is Yason, by the way.
Jason,
Yason.
Yay.
I will knock
Sin.
on the door.
Knocking is ineffective as the door is made of crystal, but
I will do
That was
whatever
the
it
look.
does that you do to get people's attention through doors.
there is a thing if you press your hand to it,
Yeah, so-
it lets out a deep, rich tone.
I will apply hand to tone maker.
It's a magical doorbell. The door retracts into the ground magically, and inside you see sort of your stereotypical divinist room. For the rest of you,
We're in the Fortress of Solitude, by the way. Apparently,
basically,
Superman's hovering in the corner.
the room is sparsely decorated, but all of the decorations are very finely crafted out of woods and crystals. There's a large table in the center that's been grown out of the quartz that is covered in a variety of very meticulously placed instruments, anything from crystal balls to there is a box full of small animal bones and what looks to be some sort of dead bird that's been cut open and its entrails have been read.
Ooh, cool.
Is it a raven?
No. It appears to be some
of
sort
course
of
not.
pigeon.
Read it, and it doesn't say nevermore.
And there is a woman who is currently... Somehow she has dissected this thing and touched all of its entrails with her fingers without getting any bit of her dirty. She is tall, just as tall as Galadier, and she is wearing flowing white robes and several layers, and as she moves, the robes shift from a white into a pale blue into a green and then back.
My robes don't shift; they're just blue and silver trim.
Yeah, he's dressed much more practically. She's dressed very elegantly in robes that you can't imagine let you move all that much, and her hair goes down to her waist and is a very solid light blonde.
That my hair does.
Yes.
It's hard. After 400 years, it just gets so long.
Yeah, why cut it? And it's simple, like there's no braids or anything in it, but it's perfect. Which might just be a high elven hair thing, because Galadier's hair is also perfect, no matter what he seems to do.
Yep. I don't do anything with it.
Hi. I'm harmless. I'm with him.
Jason.
I told you by the shoulder and kind of pulled you back a little bit.
Don't worry. I don't feel threatened by you. Galadier.
I require your assistance in a matter of fairly important urgency.
Yes, I'm sure you do. Hold on one moment. She begins
lunch?
fiddling with the liver of the bird.
Can I decipher what this is being used for? What is trying to be done
Roll
here?
Arcana?
Actually, I'd like to do that myself.
You're not making me roll religion, so already I'm a little bit better with this. But
20 total.
8.
You have no idea. She is performing a variety of divination magics. You're guessing that it's
Auguries, mostly.
auguries. You're guessing it's mostly mundane, probably weather determinations. That's why she's got a bird. Mm-hmm. You're guessing that she's figuring out what the wind currents and stuff will carry. Practical things that non-adventurers need to know.
Yeah.
Non-adventurers.
It looks like this will be a good year for crops, she says as she places the liver down carefully into a crystalline box. And as it touches the box, it immediately incinerated into ash.
Cleanliness is very important.
Yes. She begins scraping the rest of the bird into the box, and it incinerates. Kind of like Edna Mode's thing from The Incredibles.
She's in a mode.
She begins cleaning up her tools.
No caps.
I just wait quietly.
You know that she will just continue to ignore you unless you say something.
Okay, that's fine. Jason.
Yes, she says, not looking up at you but responding.
I require your divine sight. Mine is fairly limited in this particular matter, as it's not my expertise.
I'm aware of your shy-sightedness.
Yes. I require information related to a crystal of some power located to the north and held by the Dark Elves.
Yes, I'm aware.
We need to know who holds it and potentially the best matter of action for removing it from their grasp.
Indeed.
She's already divined all of this. She's divined that we would come here and ask her these questions.
Yes, but the asking of the questions is required, else the answer will never be retrieved. Faust, if you would like to impart the importance of this.
That whole end of the world speech again.
Just sing the song, it's the end of the world.
She raises her hand at you. Would you like to make a wisdom saving throw? Or would you like to voluntarily fail it?
Can I recognize the spell?
trying to
reading.
find your
She's reading your
information.
surface thought. She's not going to read anything deeper than what you're thinking immediately.
I will voluntarily fail
Okay.
and immediately impart what I have seen.
Yes.
I want to make sure to impart the feeling of being near the Tarask.
You read nothing off of her face. She is dead to this world.
I don't care if I read it on her face. I want her to feel it.
She is at the same time like unnaturally beautiful yet completely distant.
We're all on painkillers. Like, as a race.
It's an entire race of people on Valium.
Yeah.
She lowers her hand. Well, I suppose it is relevant.
Indeed.
She waves her hand, and a crystalline ball emerges from the table. She raises it and points it at the wall, and it begins projecting an image. The image is currently simply looking down at the mountain. She begins focusing.
Captain Kirk is climbing a mountain. Why is he climbing the mountain?
Because he
Why are you
can.
trying to break this?
Go along. The image begins following. You, Galadir, recognize that it's following the ley line, the way it flows. Through this image, by the way, it looks mostly normal, but there is a shifting rift that this seems to be following that looks sort of like the Aurora Borealis. You know that this is the ley line.
Yeah.
Any sort of magical site, you can see this sort of stream of raw magical energy.
And I will, as a professor instructing students, explain this information to the rest of the class.
He begins lecturing you on
Things I already know.
Even the rest of you on ley lines, and this is how a ley line appears under magical divination. The relating the spell that she is using, and that its abilities have been enhanced by following the ley lines, and etc., etc., etc.
Stuff I already know. Yep, definitely.
I'm just gonna make sure he doesn't snore.
As it
You might already know,
reaches
but they might not.
the northern
I'm
part
just
of the
checking
mountain
her out.
range, you see in the background a red haze. You're familiar with this. It's the demonic presence. It's,
Yep.
ever present, the power of Kretz Mahal upon the world and the summoning of demons, etc., etc. Only a high elf can make the summoning of demons so rote and boring.
I'm still mad at it.
We've been studying it for hundreds of years, so it's like, it is kind of rote and boring to us.
Yes. And eventually it follows its source, and you see a glow coming from the center of the volcano. A powerful glow. It's emanating in blue magics. You recognize the blue as the color of conjuration.
Yeah.
And it is not in the ley line, but you can see magic seeping out of this volcano.
Okay, so it's being hidden in the volcano, or held in the volcano at
Yes.
least.
The orb flows through into the volcano, and you see a large room. The lava is being held. You can see magics over it, preventing it from incinerating everyone within the proximity of it, and also stopping it from erupting forth. It seems like they intentionally wanted this pool of lava around the room. There is, at the moment, a conversation going on. That man you saw earlier, who called himself Kretz Mahal, or the channel of Kretz Mahal, is in the center. And there is a woman standing before him. As traditional with Dark Elves, she is wearing nothing but a loincloth, and she has a blindfold over her face. She has in one hand a long chain that is animated and flowing around her, serpentine-like. And in the other hand, she is holding the orb that you know has the power of Tarask. Tell me, what good is this orb right now? It is an incredible source of power, mistress. Yes. But the fool lost the staff, and you're making a new one. Is a slow procedure. Tell me, why does it take so long for you to do so? You have the ear of a demon, from what I understand. Mistress, it is not a simple matter. We cannot construct the staff. That is why we had the aid of the Emperor. Then use one of your slaves. Of course, mistress. I already have the men in Shapir working on this.
Does that name ring a bell?
The land of Shapir is a plains region between. It's just south of Daventry, and it's probably the most intermixed area on the entire continent. It's a lot. There's a lot of trade roads go through there, but it's the humans from the Imperial lands live there. A lot of natives live there. Elves live there. Most of the dwarves who have come over, who don't live in the mountains, live there.
Would elves live there, or
Yes,
high elves?
both.
Note to self: wipe out the population of Shapir.
No. Divine the people working for the Dark Elves in Shapir and wipe them out.
This is so much faster.
I don't like your expediations.
I'll try anything twice.
Do you know when
I
they
think
will
you
have
killed
it
people more than twice.
ready? Pawn of Mahal. It should be ready very soon. Then go retrieve it. I shall set forth No. Don't send one of your messengers. Go retrieve it yourself. That is why we have teleportation circles, is it not? Yes, mistress. Immediately. He turns and walks with a great deal of expediency away from this woman. She stands there and just stares into the orb. She begins chanting slowly under her breath to it. And to clarify this, Duncan was the only one who understood any of this, because as far as I know, he's the only one who speaks Dark Elven.
Oh boy, we have to get.
Is Dark Elven a separate language from Elvish?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
then that's correct. Actually, the minute they started talking in a language I didn't understand, I would have cast Comprehend Languages on myself.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, me too.
Hold on. I believe Comprehend Languages is touch-based.
I would have cast tongues.
Tongues works.
Oh yeah, I can cast that
no,
too.
for Comprehend Languages, for the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear.
Okay.
You also understand any writing that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are
Okay,
written.
cool.
That's fine.
Okay.
Tongues lets you speak any language, or be understood when you speak.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. It's the literal opposite of
And-
Comprehend Languages.
Well, it works both ways.
Yeah.
Tongues is better.
Yeah.
So, Yitarasu, you're the only one who didn't understand that.
Cool.
So
All right, you all cast your spells and you understood that then.
Yeah.
Her chanting resists your magic. It is not translatable. Duncan,
It's arcane.
roll me an intelligence check.
It's magic words.
Roll me a d20 and get
Do I
under your
recognize
intelligence.
the nature of her chanting even at the
So
words?
roll a d20.
roll a d20.
This is not
Add the full
the sort of
zero.
ritual magic you're familiar with.
Okay.
We get a 3 or 4.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Unfortunately, like I said, you were trying to roll under your intelligence, which means that that's a critical failure.
Oh, well
yes.
then.
I mean, yeah, you lived in... You know this is chanting.
Yeah.
She's chanting. She's doing that thing that they do when they chant.
That's a save. Oh wait, this I can re-roll any save.
It's
once.
not safe.
It's not a save.
It's an ability
Yeah, so
check.
it's
It's an ability check.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
We heard intelligence save.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. That's a,
Yeah, no,
okay,
it's...
right.
You have no clue.
I have no clue.
But though you do understand the language because you're not trying to use magical means to understand it.
Yeah.
She is
Some of the words.
talking to someone. Like you can't. She's talking quietly, so you can't pick out all the words. But it sounds like she is talking to someone. She's chanting it, but it sounds like one end of a conversation, which is really off-putting. She's clearly possessed by. All of you can tell she's clearly possessed by something right now.
Yeah.
She has. Faust, you've seen people channel powers. She is channeling right now.
Yeah.
She is warlock channeling.
I have 2 questions. One, do I know the teleportation circle in or near that place that they were talking
Shapier?
about? Shapier.
There is not one in Shapier. Most of the teleportation circles are along the mountain ridge. You could teleport to one within a day's journey of Shapier.
Okay.
You're guessing that the teleportation circles he's referring to are not on the
Not on
hive.
the normal network.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could I try to roll an insight check to see, like, whether she might be possibly afraid of what she's channeling? Whether she's trying
roll
to
me an
just
insight
keep a
check.
cool demeanor, or...
While that's happening, I sort of reach through my link.
25 on a natural 20.
Do you know their secrets?
All right. Kretz Mahal is afraid. Kretz Mahal is afraid of the demon he's channeling. He's afraid of this woman more.
Okay. And this woman seems
This woman
very much in control. She's
is-
not putting up a facade.
No, she is 100% in control.
Okay.
And she is deadly serious. Like, she's not hiding anything.
Well,
All right.
You reach out to Grimgaw, but there is no response.
Well, we at least know a next course of action. I believe we should make our way to Shapier and deal with this night elf and the staff he seeks to retrieve. From him we can gather more information.
If his method of transport is a circle of teleportation, by the time we reach Shapier, he will be gone.
I can get us within a day's travel of Shapier.
A day's travel will mean he will be gone.
Unless the teleportation circle he is reaching out to is equally distant from the town. There's not one within the town, at least not that I know of.
It's very easy to hide things.
Also, you remember the staff isn't made yet. He's going there to
Yeah.
So he'll be
Also-
He's gonna have to
also-
oversee it. Yeah.
The staff isn't made, they are making it there. He's
Then
going to
we
be
should
overseeing
move
it.
very fast.
indeed.
Thank you very much for your assistance, Jason.
Tell me, she says, intrigued. What is this going on?
Did you not read it from my ally's mind?
The end of the world.
Yes. But there is so much more to glean.
I would not tempt it. When I met him, he was dripping acid onto a floor from his mouth.
He's a unique individual.
The illusion, by the way, hasn't gone away. Like,
She doesn't care about illusions.
yeah, I
She
figured not.
100% knows
She
what
read
she's
your
a-
mind.
she's a divinist.
She read your mind. She knows you're a dragon.
She always has true seeing. What are you talking about?
Still, once we've unfurled the notes of this mystery, I will be sure to return and inform you in full.
I will expect it.
Of course. And I will turn to leave and head back towards the teleportation circle.
You all leave?
Oh, definitely.
I have one more teleportation circle before I need to rest.
Who's
So,
who's the last person to leave the room?
Probably me.
Probably Duncan.
And I'd probably be dragging him out.
I'm just looking at her.
Roll me a perception check.
Uh-oh. What's perception? I forgot.
It's perception.
The one that you probably have a minus to.
No, that's persuasion. There it is. I rolled a 1. So
All right.
Give me a 6.
Congratulations. You see nothing. Yitarasu, if you're dragging him out, roll a perception check as well.
Woo! Anyway.
just very
I
tempted
would-
to just
I was just
polymorph
mesmerized.
and just carry him out as like a cat or something.
19.
Okay, you saw nothing either.
Okay.
right. You go back to the teleportation circle.
Yep.
How
And I
2
will
days later
use
you'll start turning purple.
and I will use my last 5th level spell of the day
It'll be very noticeable against the
to
green.
teleport us to the nearest teleportation circle.
All right, you teleport. It's about 2 towers south. There's a tower roughly every. I know it's only a tower south. There's a tower roughly every 50 miles along this range. So there's a full dozen towers. But you go to the tower. This time there is someone there who looks up and down at your group quite distastefully.
Uno loco ad alien
Male?
transfer.
Male.
Oh, okay.
You think.
I don't care.
Do I recognize
It's
him?
hard to tell with these elves.
Do I recognize him or them?
No. You've seen him before, but you don't know his name.
I simply give him a curt nod and walk past.
You all get judged on your way out.
I judge them.
I'm actually going to turn to him.
Would you like me to roll a
sorry,
charisma check
maybe
for
help
judging?
you.
I would like you to roll me intimidate check for judging.
Intimidate or charisma?
She looks at him and winks.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Intimidate?
Yes.
That's a
I want to
26.
take the reasonable path.
What's the reasonable path?
I turned to Tim and asked, I'm sorry, may we help you?
24.
This man has a rush of emotion going on right now. He's a little flabbergasted and confused. No, thank you.
That shuts him up.
I look over to the other people in my party. I
Keep moving, you.
Just keep moving. Keep
apologize.
I pulled him this time.
Come, Yitarasu.
I walk forward.
I judge people for 26.
As I've said previously, my people do not care much for those who are not of our kind.
Yeah.
I find their fascination with such thinking counterproductive. And I lead
I
them.
see no reason for that to be two-way, but
I know, but
I suppose we've got a world to save. We can't be polite or anything.
we certainly can, so long as it doesn't take time away from the saving of the world.
As we turn to walk away, Tyrell's gonna blow him a kiss. Just to get under his skin.
He is not happy at you, but you don't seem to care. So
We pretty much put him on.
I judge harder.
Well, what's he going to do against all of us? I mean,
He's not going to do anything. He's
Uh,
just going to
well,
look
let's
at
see.
you
that's why
funny.
it's mob rule. We can do.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. So he judges you back equally hard, actually. He rolled a natural 20 on his intimidate/judge check.
There's just lightning sparking between the two of us.
I mean, you're both spellcasters.
Yeah.
So
Please don't discharge any electricity within the tower.
So anyone standing between them takes some cold damage.
I'm immune to cold damage.
Well,
I mean,
good.
it's cold here, so
It's already cold.
All right, well, head. I will lead them out of the tower.
all right.
But
So
whatever way is
leaving the
most
tower, there
expedient.
is a small settlement. People do live here. There are, it's not a city in regards to size, but it is a city in regards to level of construction.
We're just going to march through town.
If there's any supplies that any of you would like to gather before we leave, this is as good a place as any to acquire.
There are roads down these mountains that
I'm assuming the people that live in the village aren't necessarily as haughty as the elves that live in the tower?
there aren't any. There's not too many elves that live in the tower. The people in the city are haughty, but slightly more reasonable because they're not spellcasters.
I'm assuming in a city of high elves I can find simple magic items.
That depends on what you're looking for.
Hang on, I need to find out the specific armor that I'm looking for first before I find the common magic item version.
Glamored studded leather?
No.
So, are any of you guys looking for anything that you have chunks of change?
Glamored studded leather, so it's like regular studded leather, except instead of being studded with anything practical, it's just bedazzled pink.
No.
That's exactly what glamored means in D&D.
Exactly.
I mean, you can make it look like that if you want to.
Yeah. Or you can make it look like something else.
I can't get light armor that matches my mage armor, so never mind.
Yeah.
I mean, studded leather is light armor.
It's only 12 instead of 13, which is my mage armor.
Oh.
Mage armor's real good.
No, mage armor is better than
I was going to say I wanted to get the common magic item that is the armor that just kind of exudes black smoke, but
I want to look at weapons.
Because you just want to paint evil on your face?
Okay. You find a weaponsmith. Mm-hmm. It's an older elf with white hair and in front of a forge. Being in front of a forge, it's a lot warmer in here, thankfully. And he is shirtless, revealing a very fit and trim torso. He's hammering away, but unlike most smiths you've seen, his hammering is very meticulous. He doesn't have a massive blacksmith's hammer. He seems to be doing it very, very slowly.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow her into when I find out what she's doing.
Oh no.
I'm
Does he
basically
have-
keeping an eye on the group. So.
Does he have like weapons?
He
like,
has
for sale or
he has a few weapons on display that are works of art, but you're guessing he's got more around here than what's standing up.
Okay. All right.
He's not paying any attention to you.
She's gonna walk up to him. What sort of weapons do you specialize in?
The classics, he says, showing you. The weapon he's working on right now is made of a strange material. It appears to be, as you look at it closer, it looks almost crystalline in nature. We've discovered a method of folding quartz crystals into copper. It produces a rather interesting effect, though it does take, he says, flipping the blade over and running his hand over it, and you sense him using magic. Some rather unorthodox blacksmithing techniques.
Actually, I would probably be there too because I need to get
And-
something too.
And how much would one of these run me?
That would depend. Each item is so individually crafted, so meticulously made.
Bullshit, Gerard. You mass-produce these motherfuckers.
Yes, but elven mass production is way slower than dwarven mass production.
It's true. I'm there with her, by the way.
Yeah.
so.
The
Yeah,
one-
you would recognize this. This is the good stuff. This is like... Dwarves don't admit to it, but they're jealous of this stuff.
The one you are currently showing me, how much?
He holds it up. When it's done, 250 gold.
Actually, I want to look around. Well, actually,
May I see some of the others?
Of course. He walks, he lays it down, focuses on it, and it begins glowing slightly, and he steps away. He pulls aside an elaborate curtain, and you see well-organized but full assortment of weapons. All elegant. He's got lots of pole arms, a few swords, longer than any sword that you've seen before. Apparently this strange metal with the stone mixed in holds up better to full-sized sword production than bronze or copper.
full-size sword production. A full-size sword is a gladius, sir. These are like
Yeah.
long swords.
These are really long
Does he
swords.
have any daggers?
He does. He has an assortment of daggers. The daggers are interesting in that they are, most of his daggers don't seem to have nearly as much of the metal aspect to them, and they're almost entirely crystalline.
Would that be what my dagger
And-
is?
Yes.
'Cause I've got a dagger here.
And about how big are the daggers?
He has everything from ones that are just small shards that you're guessing would only be good for throwing, to a particularly gorgeous inlaid knife that is almost 1.5 feet long.
What's his name?
May I pick this up to feel the weight?
Oh yes, no, he's
About how
Ristel.
Ristel.
about how heavy would you say it is?
It weighs basically nothing in your hand. It's clearly magical.
How much is this?
You have good taste. He steps forward. That item, 700 gold.
All right.
But let me show you. He holds out his hand to take it. You see over in a separate area, he has a small bag.
Mm-hmm.
He hurls the knife. It flies through the air weightlessly, stabs into the bag. He then motions back, and it returns to his hand with the bag in it. And he takes it and runs it just a short distance across his arm, and it shaves his arm perfectly. What little hair he had.
All right. I'll take this one. And I'm going to find another dagger that not quite as elegant as this one. More of a basic one.
Mm-hmm.
Probably about medium in length, like average
Something
dagger
for
length.
something appropriately sized for your
yes.
child. You're able to find one. It's probably about 9 inches long, and it's probably intended for throwing, but it has a bit of a crossguard to it.
How much?
That one, simple piece, 50 gold.
All right. I'll give him 750 gold.
This is
It was Restil.
yes, Bristol. He seems mildly intrigued at the amount of gold you have on you, but all right. So his dagger, it is a regular dagger, except it gets a +1 to hit because of how light and effortless it is. Your dagger is a
I don't have the stats for a regular dagger.
it's a 1d4,
1d4.
and they can be thrown, and they have
1d4 finesse light thrown.
Plus, and this is a +1?
yours.
No, Kai's.
It has +1 to hit. It does not have +1 to damage. That's
To
how small
hit.
it is.
Okay.
The thrown range, by the way, is 30 feet for short range. Long range is 60 feet.
Normally,
Yeah.
your dagger
Yes.
is full +1, so +1 to hit, +1 to damage, and it has double the thrown range.
So 60, 120.
You can throw it 60 feet or 120 feet at disadvantage,
And it'll come back.
and it returns to your hand.
Is that 1d4 +1? Or
1d4 +1.
Plus your dex.
plus dex? Okay.
Also, he shows you a trick with it. Once per day, you can throw it, and it's covered in. It's got gold inlay all across it, and once per day, you can throw it, and you can teleport to wherever it hits. He demonstrates. He throws it at a post, and then closes his eyes and focuses, and he appears at the post holding the dagger.
What?
Restlin, do you perhaps have a short blade that might be useful for me?
Of course, Galadir. What in particular are you looking for?
Basically a short sword. Whether it's magical or not depends on what it can do. If he has any-
All of his base items give a +1 hit because of the balancing on them.
Yeah. Does he have anything special that's also a short sword?
In short swords, he has a few items. He's got 2 in particular. One, he shows you, it's a little bit odd for a short sword. The crossguard goes out differently. And as you hold it, he has you hold it, and then he brings up a stick and brings it at you, and you instinctively block it. It gives you a +1 shield bonus whenever you are wielding it.
A defensive sword.
Yes. Turns out
That's useful.
he has small blades for mages here.
I know.
A lot of things for mages. And then he has another one that this one has no metal in it at all. It's entirely made out of the quartz material. It will, if you hit somebody with it, you may cast a touch spell through it once per day. So any spell you have with a range of touch.
How much for the defensive one?
The defensive one is 300. It gives you a +1 to hit. It does not have a bonus to damage.
I will take this one. Though my companions may have some use of the other blades that you have at your disposal. And I will indicate to the rest of the group that if they want something nice, this is the guy to buy it
Also,
from.
he does have flat +1s of almost every weapon type. He does also have armor, for those of you intrigued in
And
armor.
I definitely will indicate to Duncan's Mahwaddle, that he might find a upgrade for his weapon of choice here.
Yeah.
Because right now you've got, what, just a +1?
It's a +1 hit, +1 damage.
I mean, if I can get +1 smoldering studded leather, that'd be great.
Unfortunately, smoldering... First of all, you're not going to get leather out of him.
Yeah, that's fair.
He doesn't do...
You could get that sword with a touch attack.
I can only wear light armor.
It's a short sword, so I don't know if you can use a short sword, can you?
I believe Warlock can use
I have a defensive short sword.
all simple weapons, so yeah. I believe short sword is still in simple.
I believe they're martial.
Check. It's in PHP.
Would he have a
Wait, what?
like I can use a bastard sword with one hand, right?
Yes.
Yes, I've got the strength.
I mean, it's basic. They've switched it out, so it's just a longsword now.
Oh,
Longswords
yeah,
include
okay.
bastard swords.
Yep.
And he does have
Longswords have
Does he
versatile.
have one
he does have swords, like of a length that you're
all
unaccustomed
kinds
to.
of different things?
He does have long swords.
Does he have anything that would give me better damage than a 1d8?
He does.
How much was that? 350?
It was 300 even.
300.
But as you approach, after you serve them, he looks at you and he notices. May I see that? He says, indicating your Mahwaddle.
Okay,
He touches it. Remember, you got this made by the gnomes, and it has an amount of magic in it.
Yeah, it has magic in it.
Well, this is a fascinating piece of work.
Yes, I've had it worked on.
Clearly. The stonework's a bit shoddy, though. The wood, perfectly weighted, only ever seen gnomish. This is gnomish, is it not?
Yes.
Yes, indicative of their quality.
Right.
Unfortunately, rather incomplete. I don't have anything like this, but... Will you be coming back this way?
Well, I guess.
I can see to it that he does.
Probably, yeah, we can probably swing back.
Or I can send a messenger for an additional fee. In a day or two, I could have this properly remade.
Interesting. For how much?
Well, that depends on how properly you want it remade, doesn't it? He says with a bit of a
Yes, it
smile.
does. Okay. Well, what?
What sort of budget do you have?
Well, around 1,000.
1,000 gold.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be pleased with the results. I'll take it your brutish exterior belies an equally brutish interior.
Pretty much.
I presumed as much.
I like his
That's the way
admittance
life
of it.
is.
I like his admittance of it. It's great. It's like, I know what I am.
He knows what he's good at. He is a
The
fully
other-
realized character.
I shall have him, he says, indicating a massive eagle that is sitting on the post, deliver this to you within the next day.
We should be arriving at our destination in a day, so
Yeah.
it may
that would be good.
it may be useful to acquire an additional weapon prior.
Don't you have other weapons on you?
Yeah, I've got a few things now.
Like don't you have a +1 staff?
Yes. Yeah. I got
Yeah.
+1
Just a
staff
good old
also.
beat stick.
It's just that's 1d6.
Got a
right?
beat stick. I've got a beat stick too, but it's
Actually, I still have I got a sickle and an obsidian dagger and stuff. The other thing to consider would be,
I am now Gandalfing it.
is there a place that sells amulets around here that might assist me in...
Oh, boy.
If you're
Actually,
looking for
yes.
magical items, this is the place to be.
Yeah.
You're proficient with short
I might
swords.
want to shop around a little bit
Elf.
and find out
Oh, yeah,
if I
Well, let me know
Upgrade.
your budget before you
Okay.
leave, and I will see to it.
All right. Just out of curiosity, what kind of
So stand there, compare staves for a minute.
what kind of bonuses are we talking
Mine's
about?
covered in
with
Yours,
cryptic.
For
yours
about
is
1,000.
made of bone, covered in runes. Mine is made of
You're not
like,
sure.
petrified
Yeah,
wood.
He has not told
I
you.
know,
Quartz
yes, I
petrified
know.
wood and has a stone hovering over him in a circle.
I mean, with
So this whole time I've been sort of looking around at sort of a variety of his things. What are the general designs of things? Like, how does he actually design them? Like, are they more... Because you said they're all very artistic pieces as
Yes.
well as being
Curved
very
blades and
functional.
such.
The blades don't have much of a curve to them because of the way quartz grows.
Yeah.
A lot of them have
Mine's a cutlass.
sort of runic designs engraved into them. A lot of gold inlay. The color of the material itself is an odd. The quartz in it has an odd blue glow to it, and then it is reflecting off of this straight copper, which gives it a very, a gold and blue motif in general. The designs, the inlays tend to be. They're not nature themes, it's not like leaves or the stuff, but it's inspired. It's an abstraction there. Have you ever seen Islamic art?
Yeah.
Or the
Like-
Indian filigree.
Like the Islamic art, that it's almost like you took the writing and turned it into patterns and degrees. It's that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It follows natural motifs and takes inspiration from nature, but it's not in and of itself like a nature motif.
It's all very
Actually, seeing their
Weapons
things,
of
seeing
war
that the
wasted on me.
more
My
expensive,
mind is
fancy-looking
my most
things
potent
tend
weapon.
to be magical because that's how they always work.
I mean, if he's going to spend that much time making it.
Yeah.
Not to be able
I
to
want to
stand
look
up to
around
punishment,
at,
as well as give it out. Says the glass cannon.
Yeah, I was about to say, I have more hit points than you do.
Yeah.
Are there any like small armor pieces, like bracers or something, I could wear in addition to this armor?
Yes,
Okay.
there are helmets, bracers,
But
greaves,
I have a
and
17 AC
boots.
with my mage armors on.
Slightly higher than mine.
Well, actually, the bracers would be kind of redundant. What with shields, and I want to be at
And
least
I've got shield, and I've
quasi-logical
got
here.
shield.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
and blue and gold with green on everything. That just looks cool. So,
Yeah.
what kind of helmets are there?
There are. He doesn't have as many
elves
helmets.
don't wear helmets.
There are a few helmets. They tend to be very light in
Helmet
appearance.
with dread case.
There's one in particular. There's one outfit in particular that is. It looks like it's designed to be worn over. It looks like it's a ceremonial amount of stuff. It has a helmet to it, and then it has. They're not full pauldrons. They're not big pauldrons, but they're elements that go across the shoulder, down the torso, strappings, and then boots. It looks like it's meant to tie into a ceremonial outfit. And it is very elaborate. But at the same time, sturdy.
Okay.
Is your 22 AC not high enough for you?
Of course not. Of course my 22 AC is not high enough for me. I need like a 37 AC. You know?
Okay.
That doesn't have 37 ACs.
Not yet. I'm going to walk over to it and inspect the detail on it. And I look over to him. a particularly fine piece here.
Yes.
Damn it.
That is designed
Character
to
left
be
and then I didn't get his ring from him.
worn by the generals over their armor itself. It is not designed to protect you in the traditional
I don't
manner,
need a spear, I want the ring.
but those in high position find other threats. Assassination or the like. The armor will make you equally resilient from all points, covering your vitals. Out of game, you are immune to backstab, and you can make a Constitution saving throw to negate critical hits in this armor.
Prevent yourself from losing an arm. Get that boy an arm loser.
It's also the helmet in particular protects the mind. It will give you advantage on any saving throw specifically that would have forcible entry into your mind. So paralysis, which is a mind affecting effect, wouldn't do it, but someone trying to read your thoughts or dominate you, it would affect.
So it's pseudo the thing that elves have naturally.
Yes.
Advantage against being charmed. That'd be advantage against being charmed, basically.
Yeah, but it fixes a slightly broader spectrum.
And how much for this workmanship?
600 gold. This one just looks cool.
It does look cool, and I like cool looking. Like, because the armor naturally grew onto me, and that I can tell that it was molded to me to a degree. So I could kind of reshape it a little bit also to accommodate this.
You've learned that as you put things on yourself, the living armor reshapes itself around things. It grows around whatever you're wearing.
That would look sweet.
I'm actually looking for not a magic blacksmith, but more magic things, because weapons of war are kind of lost on me.
Sure. Well, let's finish real quick too.
Yeah.
He offers to let you try it on.
I want to try it on.
So the vines recede and you put it on and it grows back around it, and you look like a crystalline statue that has been let to sit, and vines have grown up around it.
You look like the emblem of your oath, is what he's saying.
Basically.
Basically, now I look less druid and more paladin like I should.
You look like a Goliath druid.
Like, not class, druid race.
I take a second look at it.
You look like that.
Yeah, pretty
Let
much.
me see that picture.
The
Yeah, pretty much.
Anybody that has a player's handbook out there, turn to page 87. That's what he looks like. Well, Paladin, it suits you.
It certainly does, and I certainly think its abilities will come in handy.
600 gold.
I count out the 600 gold.
All right. You get to keep looking spiffy.
Man, I've been really good for my people today.
You're really good for this blacksmith today.
just like over that, hold a hand out underneath the counter, get 50 excited.
I was like, all right, hold on, where's the kickback?
So we're going to come back for your little weapon thing.
Well, no,
and this building's just going to have another wing.
He's going to deliver it.
Like, eventually we're going to come back here, and this building's just going to be a small castle.
All right, William, what you doing? What are you looking for?
So I'm more looking for things that aren't weapons and armor, things that are items of magic, things that...
You're looking for a clockwork amulet.
No.
So there are
Yeah, I'm looking for
clothiers,
that too.
there's jewelers, there doesn't seem to be a specific magic shop except for
And-
somebody who's selling magical reagents.
Everyone is a magic shop.
Yeah, it looks like most people have magic. Magic is interwoven into people's daily lives.
Yeah.
here.
I'm
I
looking for
smell
wondrous
magic
items.
in the air.
I'm looking for wondrous items. Specifically, I'm looking for like a bag of holding.
If you're looking for a
Oh, did I take
bag,
the bag with me?
you're guessing a clothier.
So yeah, so a clothier would probably be a good starting point.
Okay.
Did I have a bag of holding? Did we have a bag of holding?
Nobody had one.
No one had one.
No one had
You,
one.
you
Part of
step
why
in.
I'm looking for one.
In this party, we had it.
There are a pair of tailors. They are identical twin sisters, and they are busily but still gracefully and almost loungefully working on a dress of absurd detail. The embroidery on it is ridiculous.
Greetings.
I'm gonna follow him around, shopping around a little bit before
Before- okay.
my decision. Yeah.
They look up at you. What are you wearing?
My long black traveler's robes that have the bare chest.
Hold on, that won't do it all, says one of them as she walks up to you and begins wrapping string around you and measuring you.
They feel scales instead of skin.
No, that won't work. Ooh, for the height, the proportion. Color scheme. Sadly lacking. You didn't accent color. Oh, what do you think, sister? Oh, I'm not sure. Perhaps. Well, black is a good color to go with grays, but I think we need something to make it pop. But not a blue. He doesn't seem like a blue person. Red is so overdone nowadays.
The illusion, after a while of them looking me over, the illusion just kind of wipes away.
They seem oddly unfazed because they've been touching you.
Yeah, they knew the scales were there.
Are you just letting them do this?
Yeah, I'm just letting them examine. This is their skill.
Now, if you said grays, what if we went with silver? Yes, silver and black is an imposing color. Still dark and not outlandish, but dignified, strong.
It would also match the staff I wield.
Oh. Are you wielding the
Yeah,
bone staff?
it's in my left hand, as I'm standing there with them.
A rather distasteful element, but I bet we could bring dignity to it. Yes. Now, practicality. Clearly this is a man who travels. Elven spun fabrics will keep you comfortable in any climate. Don't be concerned about that. Do we like the bare-chested look? I'm not sure that we do. Now, of course, it is good to accent the muscular nature of him. Yes, he does have a rather impressive set of muscles. But perhaps if the fabric merely held to him better, an open chest, one that drove down, pulled away to the shoulders to reveal it, yes, more mysterious.
More David Bowie.
Dragon David Bowie.
They're now holding up swaths of cloth to you. As they hold they touch your flesh, you have scales, but this is the most absurdly comfortable fabric you have ever felt.
Mm-hmm.
And as it touches you, it changes the temperature. You feel content temperature.
Yeah.
As they begin wrapping things around you. And they've pretty quickly, and without you saying anything, have wrapped you up in an outfit that is partially robes, but it goes, there are pants underneath it, and it goes up in the front a little bit and separates, so it doesn't inhibit movement at all, and it shows, and it's got silver line trimming on it, and then it goes up at the top. It's purposefully left open all the way down the chest in such a manner as to always accentuate your form, and every little bit of it, you're inside, there's no breeze, but somehow the way it moves is perfect and in flowing.
It all billows.
It all billows. The sleeves billow out.
You have a robe of billowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sleeves billow out. The girl looks, he's a dragon, yes? Now, I know he's a black dragon, which is typically acid, but, perhaps... she grabs a separate outfit that is clearly not what you're going to be wearing, but she slides it up under, and, she says, focus on something that angers you.
That's not hard.
Right now he's focusing on the halfling that got away.
Yeah.
As you focus, the silver lining changes color and turns a deep crimson, and almost looks like it's dripping blood. And as each drop that is clearly illusionary hits the floor, it smokes and a black fog is emanating from all of the billowing parts of the robe.
I appreciate it.
Eventually, after we get done with the blacksmith, we're heading to find the other two. So I want to know when we see
This
this.
has taken a while. Like,
Yeah.
they have spent a good 15 minutes.
So
Eventually
we've
we
all
track
caught
down-
up right about this point, I guess.
Yes, and you see, like, the outfit is not done, but, like, just the craftsmanship, everything, and the way it's pinned on.
So my disguised self looks like what a black dragon would wear if they wanted to parade the fact that they're a black dragon. Now my outfit looks like it too.
Yes.
I thought of lean over. Well, ladies, I see you're doing your good work as normal.
Yes. I do wish you would let us work with your outfit. It's so
I'm quite comfortable, thank you.
last century.
Fortunately enough that I'm from a few centuries back, so it's modern for me.
They haven't asked me yet.
You're an adventurer, yes?
I am.
You get into magical battles all the time, I presume.
I try to avoid it if I can, but it is an inevitability.
You like surviving, right?
I do.
This is an intelligence check.
Well,
I'm just going to
about
blatantly laugh at that.
I do.
Good. This fabric does tend to be slightly resilient to spell touchings. If you could, sister, just to confirm. She flicks a finger, and a small, just almost like a static shock, touches the fabric and is absorbed into it.
Failed shocking grasp. Yeah.
Good. Perfect. All right. Now, the craftsmanship. Oh, this could take all afternoon. The fabric. Oh, this is such well-spun fabric, and the silver inlaying. 500 gold.
I don't even question it. It's like, here you go.
All right. So, what you have at the end of the day. So it's your robe of billowing, like you wanted.
Yes.
and smoldering.
And smoldering.
And smolders.
Yes.
And blood.
So if you're angry at a target, it gives you advantage on intimidate checks. Because you needed that.
Oh, hang on. Okay. What do I even call this thing? Robe of aggression.
The robe of black dragonborn.
So it gives you advantage on intimidate checks. It always feels comfortable to the point where it will allow you to allows you to ignore up to 5 points of any fire or cold damage.
Okay, so fire and cold.
It resists half of the damage up to 5 points.
Yeah.
So, like, if you were to take 6 points of damage, you'd only take 3. But if you were going to take 20 points of damage, you'd take 15.
Yeah.
And it gives you a +2 to your AC against touch spells. Or including ranged touch spells.
Yeah. So, advantage on intimidate, fire and cold spells resist 5, or fire and cold resist 5, and +2 to AC against spell attacks, basically.
Yes.
Sweet.
And it looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
And I appreciate this work, ladies, but I'm also looking for a means of transporting goods that are too bulky for our larger group.
Oh, you can put pockets in it, that's not a problem. When you say bulky, do you mean by weight?
Largely
Alone or
both.
by size?
Sometimes both, but largely sheer mass.
It's a bit more complicated. We have to... Yes. She pulls a side of the robe open and goes over to a cart of cloths. This is a different robe. And she swoops it over it and pulls it back up, and the cart is gone. And then she lays the robe down and pulls it back up, and the cart is back. Pockets. It can carry about half a ton. Dimensions don't matter.
Workable.
Of course, we might be able to get it up to a full ton, but that would cost, oh, goodness, at least an extra 500 gold. For the half ton, we have that ready. We could probably have that for 300.
Well, ladies.
I can work the half ton, and I give them 300 for the.
Good. They immediately begin altering the design slightly to stitch some pockets into the interior.
Sweet.
If you don't mind alterations, while I like the style of my robe, I could do something like that as well.
The pockets?
Yes.
We like the style completely.
If you wish, you can redo the style.
Yes! Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, it's blue and black, right?
It's blue and silver.
Blue and silver, blue and silver. Oh, there's so much we can do with blue and silver. Thank you very much. They begin immediately, like a pack of hyenas on this
I
thing.
just sort of stand there with the staff out to one side.
Which is basically how Faust was doing it. Just stand there and let them work.
Yes.
There were 3 effects on that armor. It was the advantage on saves against people trying to get into my mind.
Yes.
The Constitution saves against backstabbing, and
You're immune to backstabs, and you get Constitution saves against critical hits.
Critical hits, yes.
Okay.
It was holding 1,000 pounds?
Yes, you can hold up to 1,000 pounds regardless of mass. As long as it's not bolted down.
Yeah. And I've got 500 gold that I'm willing to drop on the clothes. So.
On the full ton?
Yeah.
So you go for the full ton?
Yep.
All right.
Tara wants to ask them, how much would it be to just simply improve the style of my outfit?
My dear, that's what we live for. Well, let's see. What's your outfit currently? You're still wearing almost like Western noblewomen's.
Yeah. Not even noble. Like middle class.
We are
Oh
absolutely.
God, the hat's gone on stream.
No, it's back.
You are
We're good. We're safe.
absolutely out of place here. Red hair. That is a fascinating color. No elvish descent in you. No, I can't imagine. I do want to know your secrets. Regardless, that is none of our business. Color schemes with red hair. Ooh. Well, red is such an imperial color, and gold goes along with it quite well. And elements of white, almost as though you were a fox. That's what the hair reminds me of. Yes. Now, dear, you want to look nice, or do you want to look fabulous?
What is your definition of fabulous?
How big are you around? Like, are you really skinny and
Yeah,
slight?
she's really slim.
They actually have some partial pieces that are almost fitted to you, and they start throwing things on you that are partially made, and they range from elegant and
Magic item shopping day.
they range from elegant but simple to
Hold on, let me pick this up.
they accentuate a variety of elements around you. You can look seductive, you can look aloof, you can look mysterious, you can look just straight up picturesque, art beautiful.
Can we go with a combination?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You tell me what you want to look like, or you tell these ladies what you want to look like, and they will hook you up.
Can we go with a combination of
I
a
called it
little
the good
bit
work for a
mysterious, a little bit mysterious, a little bit seductive, but mostly overall beautiful.
All right. They immediately set to work producing a cascading fabric. So the overall design of this is red, and they go with your Asian style, and they produce what it's kimono inspired, and it's a red it's got white accenting along it, but there are some gold elements to it. But as it moves, it shimmers into a golden. It shimmers with gold, and it connects all of your pieces together. They immediately notice your shoes are magical, and begin adapting them into it. Now, how elaborate are we talking? Are we talking merely 50 gold elaborate, or perchance 200 gold?
Let's go for 200.
All right. They go all out. They give you an interesting hair tie that when you place it into your hair, you have complete control over how your hair looks at all times.
Ooh.
At will. Little cheating they do around here. And they begin adding elements into it, weaving gold thread through it, and the thread is made of gold. And the smallest rubies into it, such that they shimmer in the slightest bit of light. And what you have is an outfit that, again, all the outfits here, you are always comfortable in any weather condition. It's not quite, because it's designed to be more for looks and less utility. It's not quite as weather resistant as it is. However, it does give you advantage on any persuasion check you're making to make people like you. So any seduction checks. Pardon?
What advantage?
Advantage. Like you roll 2 dice and take the better.
Oh, nice.
Anytime you are trying to persuade somebody in a manner to like you, seduce them, or impress them with your beauty, or overall impress
Blow them
people.
a kiss.
All right.
It won't help you necessarily diffuse the situation, but it could help you, impress somebody with your appearance.
All right.
Might stop a situation from happening.
Yes. Anyone else while we're here?
I look fabulous already.
Yeah.
Are
They don't even try. With
you just gonna go get?
They just pretend you're not there.
Are you just gonna go with the sword then, Stan?
Well, there's other magical item shops.
I can't think of anything I can really upgrade that's going to help me more than that anyway.
I don't really think the clothing shop can do much with this, so...
I mean, you were clothed by the blacksmith, basically.
Yeah.
You're referring to
I
your
thought you
character
also-
or your
You
actual
could go to the
party
gardener, see if they can prune
explosion?
that a little
I mean,
bit.
they can't improve this either.
I mean, prestidigitation just needing it all.
All right.
Perhaps make it a little bit more flowing and majestic.
I
Make
guess
it
so.
billow in the wind.
Okay.
A billowing tinsel beard.
Yeah.
Billowing tinsel beard.
So we
That's
leaving
my-
it.
Yeah, I'm going to...
That's my Dave Matthews
I'll
Band
leave my
cover
sword.
band.
Billowing tinsel beard.
Yeah, billowing tinsel beard.
The staff does 1d6,
It's a great cover.
right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's basically the sword down a damage step.
Yeah. Oh, I can probably get away with that for a while. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just upgrade the sword, make it simple.
Awesome.
'cause-
You're going to have some fun.
Okay,
Give me
we'll do
the
that.
best sword you can give.
You just drop
Okay,
1,000
let's
gold in the
drop
sword.
1,000 on him. And
Bam!
He smiles. He immediately drops
Is that
what he
all
was
the
doing.
money you had?
no,
Oh,
I got
okay.
a few bucks more, but not much. Just enough for rations. I should probably get a couple. But
You know, I have, create food and drink, so if anybody forgets food,
Yeah. You always have a place to live, and you always have food and drink.
And I can make the place to live impenetrable to scrying and divination magics. Because I have Mordenkainen's private sanctum.
Nice.
I can make up to a 100-yard area
2 levels I
impenetrable.
will have a mansion.
So,
Well, now that we're all situated and equipped, and you have all tasted the fruits of my people's labor, shall we continue on?
Yes, we have actually a time crunch. This equipment has been very useful, but we do need to move.
yes.
It will be useful, yes. I will lead us the way towards...
Alright. There's
place.
the gate out, because the city is walled. And there's a stables next to the gate if you want to buy horses.
How far away is it as a crow flies?
Be a while.
As the crow flies, it's a solid...
Or,
if
as,
you
let me
left...
rephrase, as the fly spell flies.
Um,
Do you have
it's a
mass
day's
swap?
ride.
The day's ride.
Walking would take twice that long.
Ooh.
And flying would be a little faster.
How much are horses?
Slightly faster. Horses are not super expensive. You
many
you
fly
can get a
spells do
you
you
can get a
cast?
good horse for 5 to 10 gold.
Oh, okay. That's
These are not magical. It's magical things that are expensive.
That's not that bad. We should probably get horses.
You're in Elven land, so they'll definitely be the 10 gold horses. But
Yes, if you'd like to get horses, that's perfectly fine.
That may be useful for expediting our journey.
I'll indicate the stables.
All right. You walk in. There's a large number of beautiful steeds. There's a lot of white horses, but there are others.
I want the purple one.
There are no purple horses.
I want the horse of a different color.
Which different color?
You have white, black, and brown.
White, black,
dots.
brown, palomino. They're all solid colors here. They don't have any.
There's no stripes.
Isn't
I
palomino
want
a dotted
zebra.
color?
No, it's like a reddish.
Oh.
Ooh, reddish.
Well, I'll go with Palomino.
Okay.
I just want a horse.
I'm not buying a horse.
I have to have a dark brown, a chestnut brown.
You have to get
to go with everything else.
a wagon pulling horse because of your size.
I'm only medium.
Well,
You have to get a... You're still like 9 feet tall. You
I
have to get
can-
a Clydesdale.
I can.
Clydesdale.
Clydesdale.
I'm
Yeah.
medium, even if I
Or-
am the better part of a tree.
So long as you provide me the defense, I can assist you in this journey.
They have Clydesdales.
Or they might have.
Like they do. This is a snowy mountain region where they need heavy things pulled around.
Yeah, so they can have a Clydesdale for him.
Or a Minotaur.
I'm a heavy thing that needs to be pulled around.
Yes, you are.
I mean,
You-
I can turn into a rhino.
You, Faust, also are going to need a Clydesdale.
Yeah. I'm not wearing as much heavy armor as
Not
he is,
quite
but-
as buff a one,
Yeah.
because you're not a
And you're going to
tree.
need 2 horses. You're going to need a Clydesdale, and then a regular horse will carry.
We'll carry Gora.
And you are light enough that you can get a proper elven horse and ride with Kai.
I was assuming. He's really tiny.
And you will need a bigger horse. If you can get away with like just a good solid war horse though.
So,
I can turn myself
gold
into a
for
bird
both
at
my
will
horses?
once
How
per
much?
long rest. So
Where'd you say that? How much they were?
10 gold.
10. Okay.
20 gold for both of mine.
Yeah. And like
I don't need a horse.
feed is trivial.
So after you all have purchased horses, very well. In that case, I shall lead the way.
All right.
And in front of you, I turn into a large raven.
Now be aware it's mid-afternoon.
You didn't get a horse, did you?
Nope.
It's
Okay,
mid-afternoon.
making sure.
You can leave tonight, but you'll probably have to camp halfway there.
Yeah.
That's okay. We can kill something if we have to.
Sure is.
We're safe.
So yeah, I turn into a raven and perch on.
I know.
Even die.
Why would you do that?
Sorry.
I turn into a raven and perch on one of their horses until they're ready to leave.
All right. You guys head out.
Yep.
Sure.
I feel like I'm in school again.
All right. You set out. It's
I will bite it off.
you travel the better part of the day, and it's at the base of the. It's probably you reach the base of the mountain before night falls, and you need to rest.
Yeah. So I'll.
Well, you specifically need to rest because you didn't sleep last night because you flew out.
Yeah. I will land in front of. I will get their attention in bird form and then land and turn back into myself.
Caw-caw, caw-caw.
Right.
Oh,
Dinner.
it's the secret signal.
Well, I believe this will be a good place to find some shelter.
Okay.
Proceed finding shelter, I
Or
guess.
create some.
Finding shelter.
Oh, right. Create Leomund's tiny hut.
Ah, that is a useful spell.
Indeed.
It's a very practical one.
That's why I mean, develop the ability.
I cast Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum on Leomund's tiny hut.
All right, it's now
What's
a
that do?
very.
Mordenkainen's, if I can find the page.
It prevents it from being scried into.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just
Hang on.
curious.
Do.
And no sound can pass through it, I believe. Either in or out.
Favorite spell, Paranoid Kobolds.
Yes.
If I can find the spell in my sheets of spells. That's one problem with being a wizard. There it is. Privata Dolmi, I say. I make an area within range magically secure. An area is a cube that can be as small as 5 feet to as large as 100 feet on each side. In this case, it encompasses the tiny hut. And a little bit outside the tiny hut as well.
Probably the area with the horses.
Yep. Sound can't pass through the barrier at the edge of the warded area. The barrier of the warded area appears dark and foggy, preventing vision, including dark vision, through it. Sensors created by divination spells can't appear inside the protected area or pass through the barrier at its perimeter. Creatures in the area can't be targeted by divination spells. Nothing can teleport into or out of the warded area, and planar travel is blocked within the warded area. So, basically...
Yeah, you're safe.
There. Now we are both safe and have our privacy.
Privacy, you mean?
Privacy.
We're on a new continent. You can't expect all pronunciation to carry over.
Of course, privacy.
Privacy.
And we rest.
All right.
What?
If you guys have
What do you
anything you guys do before you rest, or you just...
Pronunciation.
No,
I'm
that's
just resting.
quite the
All right.
high hopes you had.
And
Sorry to dash them.
All right. You all get your rest.
adjusting some stuff.
I like your outfit, by the way.
Yes.
I appreciate it. Myself.
What's the vision status of everyone in the party, by the way?
I have 120 foot dark vision.
You also
Basically
have dark
have
vision.
human suck vision.
What?
You also have dark vision.
Okay, I have dark vision.
Yeah, 60 foot dark vision.
I have 60.
So what we're saying is there's one person with human suck vision and one person with low light vision. Everybody else doesn't need light.
Okay.
I believe half orcs also have 60 foot dark vision.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
The elf is the one with the...
The elf also has 60
I
foot
have
dark
no. I
vision.
have 6 foot dark vision.
Oh, you have 60 foot... Oh, right, they changed that. I forgot
Yep.
they don't have low light vision anymore.
Yeah, low light vision is kind of rolled into dark vision now.
I will spend 8 hours. I will spend. Yeah, I will basically spend while I'm resting, because I trance. I don't actually sleep. I will focus on adjusting my transmuter stone. And then at the end of the rest, after everybody else does stuff, I will hand it over to Yi. Here. If you keep this on your person, you will be able to see in the dark as well as anyone else.
Well as anyone else in this group.
As well as an elf can, at least.
Yes.
And I hand it
That
to
would
you.
seem to be the standard as of late.
Do not lose it.
Not as well as a devil can.
Do you want me to roll a perception check on that, or do you want your character to stay alive?
My ability is literally called Devil's Sight. I have 120 foot dark vision that can pierce through magical darkness.
Can't pierce through the private sanctum, though.
Yeah, because it's not darkness.
Yeah.
It's just vision blocking.
Yep.
All right. So you pop out of your little home.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. You're traveling on your way.
Rested and prepared.
And the rocky step, as you reach the base, it's begun to cool down. It's begun to warm up a little bit, and you see before you a large open plains, and in the far distance you can see a town. You can also all make perception checks.
Certainly.
Yay.
Prescription checks.
That's something entirely different.
That
Checking
is...
our glasses prescription.
Yes, precisely.
17.
14.
26.
The rock did nothing.
And
18.
It lets you see in the dark. It doesn't make your vision better everywhere else.
Yeah.
most of you...
So I didn't eat
No,
my
you-
carrots.
No, you don't take a rock and put it in front of your eyes.
You hold it on your... Put it in your bag.
So, sorry, you got what, Holly?
17.
All right.
And I got 26.
Everybody who got 16 and better, you see something flying in the distance that is not a bird.
Is it a dragon?
Is it a plane?
Is it big?
Is it Superman?
Everybody who made that check, roll me knowledge arcana, I guess? Or religion. One or the other.
Natural 20 makes that 29 for Arcana.
I didn't see it.
23.
You both know that this is an imp. A lawful evil denizen of the...
How far away would you
what?
say it is?
Pardon?
I want to kill it.
How far away would you say it is?
There are a few hundred feet in the distance.
Can I get an exact distance, please?
We'll say 300 feet.
300
You
feet.
gonna blast it with something?
I want to kill it.
Let me see.
You don't see it.
You don't need.
Could you
I
please?
cast Earthbind on it.
Could you please finish what you were saying about it before?
Oh,
we start
they're
attacking
imps.
it?
They're extraplanar. You both know that they're devils, not demons.
Okay.
What does Earthbind do?
I hold my hand out. Terra Vinctum. Range of 300 feet. And for me, it's actually 600 feet because I have Spell Sniper. Choose one creature you can see within range. Yellow strips of magical energy loop around the creature. The target must succeed a strength saving throw or its flying speed if any is reduced to 0 feet for the spell's duration. An airborne creature affected by a spell safely descends at 60 feet per round until it reaches the ground or the spell ends.
What sort of saving throw is it?
It is
Strength
a
save.
strength saving throw.
Okay. And you don't have to hit, do you?
No, they just save against it.
And how many can you hit with it?
One creature.
One creature? Okay. There's about a half dozen imps.
I'm just trying to grab one.
Okay,
Pull it
does
from
not
the
make it
sky.
saving throw.
All right. We should move and grab that one for interrogation purposes. Imps are not a good sign. I say as I hold my
Now
hand
that he's
out.
pointed out, the rest
As
of
soon
you
as
see
you
them.
say the word imp, I'm already running towards
Don't
it.
kill it,
Toward it.
please.
Well, no.
And I'm moving towards it as it... You can see it dropping out of the sky. Not fast enough to hurt when it hits the ground. It drops safely.
Well,
One hit point is alive.
All right, so what are the rest of you doing? You're charging.
Yes.
I'll charge too.
You're charging.
I will move at a leisurely pace.
I am also moving at a leisurely
I always
pace.
forget. Is polymorph a touch spell?
No.
What's the range on that?
I don't remember. It's a decent distance, though.
Are you about to turn the imp into a
What?
fluffy bunny?
Oh, gonna.
That'd be much easier to
I think it's
catch.
Yes.
60 feet.
I mean, it can't move right now.
Well,
Its
but
movement
there's
speed
other-
is 0.
It can
It'll
crawl
still-
around.
Fly
It'll
speed
look
is 0.
like
It can
There's
walk.
5 others. So, I mean,
It can
Oh, yeah, its flying speed is 0.
It
so
can walk slowly.
It can walk when it hits
Yeah,
the
it's
ground.
60 feet,
So
polymorph.
if you turned it into a garden
Am
snail, it would be
I
easier
within
to
range?
Not yet.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to advance on it. First, I'm going to tell my son to stay put where he is.
Yeah, put him off the horse then?
Yes.
Okay.
in the tiny hut.
Yes.
Well, the tiny
Wait,
hut,
no,
you're
the
away
hut's
from the
not-
tiny hut.
We're
The
moving
hut's
away
not
from
You
up.
just started traveling again.
Okay,
I will keep an eye on your son.
Thank you. All right.
All right, you begin approaching. Everybody roll me some initiative.
I'm staying back, but I'll roll initiative too.
Initiative.
I'm staying back with the boy. And I
I'm
guess
going last.
I'll also stay back.
I don't think you are.
It doesn't have a
I
better initiative
dare
than
ya.
4.
Hey,
What's your initiative modifier?
Plus 2.
I'm impressed that you managed to get worse.
I
than
rolled a
it's-
2.
you're not
I didn't
going
do that well
last.
either.
You're going
You have a
last.
higher initiative modifier than I do. I got a 4, and I have a 0 modifier.
I rolled a 2.
I win.
I mean, I
got
rolled
a
a
2.
little better.
I mean, you're welcome to win that competition. I don't care.
I got an 18.
I got 20.
I'll always go last in
13.
the initiative. No one can take that from me. It's like golf, right?
Only on ability checks, not initiative.
Let me guess. The Imp rolled a natural 1, but has a plus 3 dex.
Yep. So, first thing first. The two of you are charging, but you had the higher initiative, so you go. You're going to be going first.
I
By
did,
a lot.
I did call out, don't
Okay,
kill it.
You said there's about
Well, hold
5
on.
in the air.
Something's happening. As you start charging,
It's not down yet on the ground, I don't think, is it?
No.
It's not,
it'll be on the ground in a moment.
yeah.
So there's still a little bit of snow and ice because you're just leaving the base of the mountains.
Yeah.
And roll me a d6.
Slickery.
Are we about to have some yakety sax music
You
playing?
rolled a 2?
Yes.
All right. You are surprised.
I can't be surprised.
Oh, because you have awareness?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hot.
You are not surprised as the ice on the ground forms itself into a devilish creature.
And I hit it with
Ice methods.
It goes first, so it still attacks you.
Okay.
These are not ice methods.
Oh,
First of all, methods are chaotic.
that's
They
fair.
don't-
Methods are technically like demons if you had to class them.
I don't think it hits you. What's your AC?
I'll be at 18 right now because I'm not using my shield. Because the staff is
All right.
two-handed.
So it tries to bite you, and the staff's not two-handed.
Staff
You can
is
use it
not-
one-handed. You're big enough.
Oh.
Yeah,
Use
staff
it like a
can be
club.
really one.
Yeah, you can use it like a club.
Staffs have versatile.
Okay.
It's a,
They
D,
can
it's
be-
a D6 in
so
one
I
hand or a
can do-
D8 in two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
D6 in one hand, D8 in two.
It does, however, hit you with its claws, which aren't nearly as dangerous.
Okay.
You take... Dang, darn it. D4. D4.
Unfortunately, if I kill this thing, it doesn't leave a corpse that I can animate.
You take 10 slashing damage from its claw,
I'll turn it when it's alive.
and
If you raise it from the dead, I'll turn it when it's dead.
it swings its tail at you, hitting for... There we are. Oh, this is the bad one to get hit by. 8. 13 bludgeoning damage and 12 cold damage. So
Wow.
you take 25 damage. And it will raise its claws and create a wall between you two and the rest of the group.
Okay.
So there's now a massive wall between the two of you. Between you two and everyone else.
So what does this thing look like? It's just got
Wait, what is this?
two.
Is
like-
that a spell?
No.
Okay.
What is
It's an
this?
I can't
Does it
counterspell.
look kind of like humanoid, like
It's
like
humanoid.
Arms,
It's
arms and teeth.
imagine if you took like the stereotypical devil look, but put it on ice. Put it in ice
Nice. Okay. So that's
instead of
somebody.
fire.
Okay.
I mean,
It's kind of insectoid looking too.
Okay. All right.
that sounds like a problem I can deal with.
So, all right, and Father, you're next.
All right. I'm going to smack it with a stick.
All right, you use that stick.
And I'm not sure how to use this stick.
Roll to hit.
Yeah.
If you hit,
okay, I
roll
got
damage.
5. Plus 1, so 11. That doesn't do any good. Much good, does it? Oh, 11 to hit.
No. Let me double check its AC, but it's definitely not 11. Yeah, no.
Oh.
Let me try that again.
Try that a few
Okay,
more
that's
times.
better. 23, 24.
That hits.
Okay. And this is it's one of these now.
And John, what are you doing?
First of all, telling those two that I'll guard their child and ward respectively so they can go forward and grab the fucking imp.
And your vision has been cut off by an opaque wall of ice suddenly.
It has.
Okay, 8 points of damage
Well, that's
Okay.
on
not
that hit.
good.
And stomp kick.
Yep. And don't forget, you get 3 attacks around now before you stomp
yeah,
kick.
right.
So did you make your 3rd staff hit?
No, of course not. Why should I? I don't know how to use this weapon. I've never used it before.
Remembering.
Okay, stomp kick is even worse.
Okay.
So 1 hit out of 4.
I'm going to focus on making that imp injured enough that it can't
You can't
run
see it.
away. I don't need to see it for this.
Ah.
I cast Ice Storm at the location that I know the imp is at because I have it in my Earthbind and I know where it's falling.
Cool.
Ice Storm has 300 feet, has a 300-foot range. A hail of rock-hard ice pounds to the ground in a
I'm
20-foot
aware of Ice
radius,
Storm.
40-foot cylinder. It needs to make a dexterity saving throw, which it can't because it can. It can. It
can.
It just has 0 movement, flying speed.
Yeah.
And is falling rapidly. It needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Versus a DC of 17.
It doesn't look like it matters.
And all the imps around it in that area also need to make one.
One of them made it.
All right. In that case, they take 10 bludgeoning damage, and or the one that makes it takes 5 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
Fuck. 12, 14.
4 of them made it. I forgot they all have magic resistance.
That's fine. So 4 of them take 5 damage.
Nice
The rest
roll.
take 10 bludgeoning. And then the ones that fail take 19 cold damage, and the ones that succeed take 9 cold damage.
That was a roll.
Also, the area beneath them is now difficult terrain.
Okay.
So once the one hits the ground, it's going to have a hard time moving.
All right. Well,
Well, it's difficult terrain until the end of my next turn. So
your connection breaks.
the Earthbind breaks.
Yeah, the thing died.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
They're imps. They have 10 hit points.
Well,
Whatever.
maybe some of the ones that survived it didn't die.
Yeah, sure.
So much for that no killing.
Wait, how much didn't it do bludgeoning and cold damage?
Yeah,
And the ones that saved took 9 cold damage?
yeah.
They're all dead.
They're all dead. Oh well. You can answer. You can get answers from their corpses.
I don't know them.
All right.
We'll find out.
Holly.
I don't have speak with
Can
them
I?
right now.
Can I get to it with polymorph now?
You can't see any of them.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
it's
better
a
that they're dead and we can't ask questions.
It would take
than
you
they
a full
attack
turn
us
to get
in.
around the wall, or if you have a method to get over. Actually,
I have spider climb boots.
yeah, you could walk up the wall. The wall, if you want to approach, you can move and then.
Or you can
Okay, I'm
throw a
gonna-
knife over the wall.
I'm gonna approach and
Walk up the wall.
no, I can't. How tall is the wall?
20 feet. It's 20 feet by 60 feet. And it's 5
I
foot. It's 5
accidentally
feet
killed all
thick. You
feet.
can stand on it.
I'm gonna climb up the wall
their strength.
with my
They
spider
wouldn't have
climb
done
boots.
anything.
All right. As you
Actually,
walk up,
overestimated
so
their constitution.
move action. You can now see over the wall.
Underestimated my strength,
You
overestimated
see
their
2 dead imps and 4 imps that look very injured.
Okay.
Imps are also cold resistant,
Yay.
so they only take half cold damage.
Yay.
So you only did 9 damage to all the imps who made their saving throws.
Can I cast a spell?
You may cast any spell you would like
I would like to cast polymorph.
on one of the imps.
Yes.
All right, what do you want to polymorph him into?
A bunny.
But bunnies can get away.
Oh,
The ground is difficult terrain. Buddies can't get away that
do
fast.
I have to polymorph it into an animal?
Yeah, it has to be a
Flying.
beast.
Yes, it has to be a creature.
If you, the bunny
Could be a
would
sloth.
plummet.
Or a snail.
They're not flying high off the ground.
Okay.
No, I really like bunny. I'm going with bunny.
Okay,
Also, they get more hit points when they turn into a bunny.
so it makes a wisdom saving throw. It failed.
Bunny.
There's now a bunny. It's very confused. All right, and the imp's turn. Well, I mean, imps don't do a lot. So,
They throw fireballs.
Especially when they're
Or
almost
firebolts.
no, they don't.
Not in this setting.
You're thinking of quasits and mephits.
Am I?
And Warcraft imps.
No, like I could have sworn that one of the imp abilities was to like throw a small bit of
No.
fire.
Mephits
Imps-
and closets.
Imps are going to try. Imps have a sting on their tail.
Ah,
Yeah,
so
Mephits.
they're like-
Mephits are the D&D equivalent of Warcraft imps. They're the
They're
ones
like
that
bees.
throw fireballs or element blasts.
So they're all going to attack, I guess, the fighter because
Because
they're
he's the only one there, or closer.
he's closer than them.
Slightly closer.
So what's your AC?
19 then.
Miss. That's a miss. That's a miss. Ooh, that's a hit.
I basically cast Blizzard and killed all the imps.
And that's a hit. So 2 hit you. Make me 2 Constitution saving throws. I'll be super impressed if you fail.
Okay, there's a 6. Did I fail?
What did you get after you add your modifiers?
And a 4.
Well, add your Constitution saving throw,
Yeah.
and you have
I mean,
Your
proficiency.
Constitution mod plus your prof.
proficiency?
Yeah.
3 plus 4, yeah, that's out of.
Okay. So,
You should have those
plus
numbers
4.
written down.
Oh, here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
so
what
so
they-
plus 7 total.
Okay, so 3 plus 7 is 10.
You actually managed to fail one. That's impressive.
Yay!
So you take 6 physical damage from both of them. You take 6 physical damage from being stung,
Okay.
and the saving throw you failed means you take an additional 11 poison damage.
6 and 11. Okay.
So you take 17 damage and 6 damage.
Okay.
All right.
Wasn't that fun?
And now, William.
I just kind of like walk up to the ice wall and just kind of tap it with my staff. Look at it for a second. Look back at Gora and Galadir. You know, I could teleport through this ice wall, but the paladin seems rather confident in his abilities. I could simply let him handle it.
Thought you were doing?
The paladin may be confident in his abilities, but certainty is always preferred.
I fail to
There's a
see-
lesson. There's a lesson to be taught here.
All right.
I'm certain it'll be fine.
Zachary, what are you doing?
There's your certainty.
So there's a giant ice dude.
Yes.
Giant ice dude. All right. How far is he?
Well, I can't do anything because I'm defending the
He's
kids.
about 10 feet away from you.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you
10 feet.
As far as he knows, so am I.
And this is a giant demonic thing, right?
Yes.
Yes, it's a devil.
Okay.
It's evil.
The wall, is that a spell that's actively up?
No, it's an innate ability this thing has.
Shape ice.
No, specifically, it creates
make a wall.
walls. It's
Yeah.
it's designed to split the party.
Yeah.
It's a waller from Diablo.
Yeah. It has the Waller special ability.
How much do I think the wall weighs, by the way?
No, you can't.
I can move up to 1,000 pounds.
It's
Among other
strapped
things, it's
down.
attached to the ground.
It's made of plot force, aka you can't move it.
Telekinesis.
What can you telekinesis?
Up to 1,000 pounds.
No, I mean a kinesis. What do they know?
How to move shit.
So I'm going to turn this thing because you know what? It can't make walls if it doesn't really like the universe anymore. So
So what are you doing?
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to turn it. So
How does turning work?
It needs to make a wisdom save. If it fails, it runs away for the next minute or until it takes damage.
yep.
Where is turning listed?
In
Must
the
make a
paladin's
wisdom
abilities.
save,
I'm trying to find it.
It's in.
It's under the oaths.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's one of
Each
his.
oath has different ones. So
Well, there's one under the oaths and there's the standard one. Because all paladins have a turning ability and then their oaths have specific versions. Turn the Faithless is his.
yeah, that's the one that turns faint.
As an action, you present your holy symbol, and each fey or fiend within 30 feet of you that can hear you must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. A turned creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It also can't take reactions. For its action, it can use only the dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. If there's nowhere to move, the creature can use the dodge action. If the creature's true form is concealed by an
All right.
illusion, shapeshifting, or other effect, the form is revealed while it is turned.
Sweet. Okay. It's turned.
Cool.
And it starts to run away on its turn.
All right. It's turn. Hey, you want to make an attack of opportunity?
If I hit it, it's just gonna turn back.
No.
No,
Yeah,
if it
it
takes,
takes
once it
damage.
take- if it takes
If
damage,
it takes damage,
it's
it's
still on
not
the turn.
turned anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
but it still uses its full. It still designates.
It's
its
still
full turn to run
it still
around.
runs away.
Yeah.
And then it'll just turn
Okay.
around and run.
Because now it's not doing anything on his turn anymore.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right.
Just
Bludgeon
to
that sucker.
Pop it.
You also get an attack opportunity if you're next to it.
Okay, 18.
He's
10 feet.
not quite. Did you move next to it on your turn?
Let's see. Is this a full round or a standard action?
No, it's just an action.
It's just an action.
Their full
Nice.
round actions don't
So
exist
I'll
anymore.
go ahead and move around.
right.
Yeah, I'll move over to it. Right
Make
before
your
I do that.
AOO.
Stay turnsty.
Stay turns.
18 to hit.
Ooh, and when I make an attack of
Yes.
opportunity, because of my sentinel ability, it can't move anymore. It loses all of its movement speed
Oh, good.
when I take an attack of
Sweet.
opportunity.
Roll an attack.
Well, if you hit it,
Assuming I hit it, of course.
So,
Oh, and also this thing, of course, is a
you can also
demon bank.
you can also spin spell slots to
What does that
divine
do?
smite on attack of opportunity.
You're gonna find out in a minute.
Nice. That's
Yes,
a 16
that
on the
hits.
die
Would-
plus
would-
8.
would
I
you-
think this hits.
You can
24.
also spend a spell slot to divine smite.
Hold
Yes. Of course I'm spending.
You
spell
haven't
slots to
learned
divine smite.
how this demon bane things work. So it automatically adds a level 1 spell slot to smite this thing
So
without you spending
2d8.
anything.
So 2d8 radiant.
Excellent. 2d8 radiant free.
You can then add on to that if you want.
You can sacrifice one of your own spell slots in place to increase it,
Yeah.
or you can just use the default level 1 smite. So you can't use like a level 1. It's level 1 and then add a level 3 to it.
Yeah.
We're both beating on this thing. I think I've got my level 3 spells for later times.
So it's just a free level 1 smite on the demon.
Yep.
That's 2d8, right?
It's a devil,
Yep,
not a
2d8,
demon.
or devil. The fiend.
2 and 2, so that's 4 radiant damage.
Fiend is always accurate,
Yes.
regardless of devil or demon.
All right, Father, what are you doing? You roll me.
Hit, 18 to hit.
Yes, hits.
And one of these.
And 7 piercing damage. And it has no more movement speed.
And so it's 7 piercing damage. How much other damage?
Radiant?
4 radiant damage.
11. Okay, and what'd you do, Father?
11 damage.
All right.
Movement speed is reduced to 0 after
It
already used
starts
its
to
action
run,
dash.
and you slam your shield into its tail and pin it to the ground. And it falls on its face. All right, Father, it's your actual turn now.
My actual turn. Okay.
Punch it in the
This time I'm
face.
gonna hit it. Okay. 24.
That hits.
Gotcha. 15
Not
damage.
needed for this.
Okay.
Being a wizard
Ooh,
is
natural
fun.
1.
I can defend the children.
You roll a
Stay
natural
back and
1?
still be
Isn't that
effective.
exciting?
Let's find out what
Being a warlock
happens.
is fun.
With my
Roll me a
300
dexterity
foot
saving
range
throw.
on my ice storm.
Dex.
Being a warlock is fun. I get to do whatever I want and tell people that I'm doing something.
Does it have? Okay. I should have these written down.
You do not have your proficiency bonus, so it's just your dexterity.
We're actually now
Okay,
flanking
right,
this
right,
thing,
right.
so you get flanking
10.
advantages on this thing. So
Oh, you are flanking.
Yeah.
They are.
So you have advantage. You were to roll twice and take the higher of the two. So roll your d20 again, unless it's a 1 you don't flub.
Okay. 20 to hit.
Okay, you hit it.
Okay. That's right.
I forgot about that entirely.
Yeah, right.
Advantage.
because I kind of did,
Advantage is really fun.
Damage though. I rolled a 1 on damage.
Okay.
So that
which-
gives 9.
9? Okay.
Oh, I forgot to call out my ice storm. Tempestus.
Okay, so that was the second hit. Third attack is a hit. That's going to be 26.
Okay.
I don't know why it's capital P.
nice.
It's not.
14 damage
All right.
and a kick. Nice. That's a hit. Oh, that was my. This is my fourth. This is my.
Yeah,
stomp, right?
it's your
Okay,
stomp.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what's really
Okay,
fun?
those ones.
Steel Wind Strike and then Thunder Step
8 points
afterwards.
of damage.
Yep.
All right.
Get up in their face and then leave.
You beat on this thing that the paladin has pinned to the ground. John, what are you doing?
So standing back, looking up, hearing the commotion on the other side of the ice wall. Does it look like the ice wall could be made to go away?
You can melt it. It's not. It's ice.
I don't do.
It has hit points.
I don't do fire magic.
While he's debating, Holly, what are you doing?
I want to try to catch that little bunny.
All right. You go after the bunny.
Ooh.
Do I catch it?
Roll me an athletics check.
With a bunny trying to resist you.
You made it. Roll anyway, but you made it.
11.
You made it.
Okay.
It rolled a 1.
I want. Tell me if this doesn't work though. I want to use the shape water cantrip
Wanted to interrogate
to
that.
change the color of the ice to clear.
The cantrip?
You have to make an you have to make a spellcasting check versus its charisma.
Okay.
Wait,
To
is this
overpower.
a maintained spell?
No.
It's a magical ability, but it's not a spell.
It's an innate ability of it.
28.
Okay.
It built that thing.
I was really
It's
hoping the
there.
turn would break concentration. It was a concentration spell.
No.
28.
You managed to do that.
So I just throw up a hand and wipe, and as the hand wipes, all the color just wipes out of the ice wall, and you can see through it.
So there's just a giant magical
lovely.
squeegee.
yeah, just basically.
That's my action.
It's
All right.
just the like.
I love creative use of cantrips.
It's just like the sci-fi thing of where you take the slider and you just slide the opaque setting on the windows.
Yeah,
and then-
because one of the abilities you can change water's color or opacity, and ice is just frozen water.
Yep. You see Torel hop on a bunny and pin it to the ground in victory.
Good work, Torel.
We can interrogate this one.
Good.
All right, William.
I just kind of like, oh well, lovely. I look at the wall. Unfortunately, crystalline structures are resistant to the effects of acid, but I wonder.
Do you see the living imps that are still over by Torel?
Yes,
that are-
they are not resistant to the effects of acid.
There are 3 imps swarming
Oh yeah,
on.
there's sweet imps or swarming the others.
I just kind of like tap the ice for a second again. Shillelagh.
Roll me damage. You automatically hit.
I'm happy. Okay. Plus my charisma score. That's gonna be 13 damage with a bludgeoning implement.
All right, you take 13 damage.
I smack it. It cracks.
Yep. A bunch of micro fractures appear. And Zachary.
I can only make one attack in a round.
That's fine.
Are you gonna grab
Look
it?
back through like the clear ice wall. You see.
Basically.
There's a whole number of fun things I can do to this thing.
Do the ball.
The giant ice bug is still up.
Yes.
Just like pour your maximum level spell slot into a divine smite and punch it in the face.
It's the real threat in this encounter. The imps are CR1.
Yeah, you know, that sounds like a lot of fun actually. I'm just gonna do the paladin thing with
Smite evil.
paladin.
You can bonus action a spell that smites, and then also do a divine smite on top of that to drastically pump up your damage.
Like if you
quotient.
got like Searing Smite as a spell.
Like if you use Searing Smite plus a 3rd level divine smite adds a bunch of
Can I
d8s to
smite
your
on
damage.
all of my attacks?
You
Yes.
can divine smite on all of your attacks. The bonus action smite only happens to the first one that
Yeah.
hits.
Okay.
Yeah, you can divine smite every attack because when you hit with an attack thing, you can activate it.
Yeah, it doesn't require an action.
That is 15 plus 8. That's
23.
23. Yeah.
To hit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you hit.
Are you Searing Smiting?
Of course. I'm smiting everything.
So
I'm spending full level spell slots here because it's 1d8 per spell slot.
Yeah, it's a 1d8 per spell slot plus an extra 1d8 because it's a fiend.
yeah, divine smite automatically gives an extra. So it's 2d8 for the first level.
Yeah, because it's a fiend.
So 3rd level spell slot means
48.
means
1.
4d8.
48.
So 5d8 radiant damage, and if you're doing a Searing Smite on top of that,
Wait a second.
No, it's just 48.
Yeah, it's 48.
48.
'Cause it's
and then 5d8 because I have improved divine smite, which just adds that to all of my attacks.
Nice.
yeah,
So that's 5d8. 3.
Plus the extra whatever for Searing Smite.
which I'm
8.
looking up right now.
Which fire might be good against
12.
Yep.
Now that
16.
this wall is actually clear, can I tell what this fiend is?
19.
this. It's an ice devil.
Ice devil.
And,
Okay.
It
you
is a
also
very
get-
appropriate-
It's an ice devil.
You also
It's exactly what the
get,
name says.
Yeah, they're not super intelligent.
1d6 fire if you used a first level
They're-
spell
they're
slot.
very much
and if you
minion
used a second
level.
or 3rd level spell slot, another d6 per spell slot.
Another d6. Yes!
For Searing Smite. So 1d6. So what?
For a 3rd level spell slot, that was 2d6?
Well, you spent a 3rd level spell slot on your divine smite. What level spell slot did you spend on your Searing Smite?
Wait, Searing Smite.
It's a separate
You
smite.
you have to cast that with your bonus action first.
Yeah.
Right.
So which level spell slot did you spend that on?
No, I'm not using my bonus action. So I'm not going to do
Okay,
that.
so you're not
Okay.
doing that. All right, that's fine.
So how much damage did it take?
Because this thing is not going to be happy with me, so it's going to attack me, and because of Sentinel, I can attack of
Well,
opportunity.
That's
That's
a reaction.
That's a reaction. Doesn't use your bonus action.
Yeah. Reaction does not use a bonus action.
Reactions, bonus actions, different.
Yep.
Yes.
Right.
So you can still do
In
this.
that
and then
case,
do that.
Searing Smite, because I have that prepared, so
What
why the
level?
heck not?
What level?
I think I just have it prepared first level.
You can cast it using any level.
Yeah, you
spell
can cast
slot.
it using a little spell slot.
Oh.
It does more damage the higher spell slot you use.
In that case, I'm going to do like a 3rd level.
Which
thing
is
here.
definitely one of
I
the
have
things
3D
that I
spells,
like.
So another 3rd level spell slot means a 3d6 fire in addition to
And also, I believe it gets ignited.
yes, and it gets ignited.
Ignite.
So how much
And-
damage
Well,
did
it
it
needs
take?
to make a Constitution saving throw.
How much
Or be
non-fire damage did it take?
It took 7 not... Hold on.
7 radiant.
Wait a second. No, not radiant. Not 7 radiant.
7 piercing.
4, 8. So
He's got the whole thing.
7 piercing, 8
So-
fire.
19 radiant damage, 8 fire damage, 7 piercing damage. That's the first attack.
So 19, 18, 7?
19, 8, 7.
19, 8, 7. Okay.
And then needs to make a con save or be ignited.
Yeah, con save or be ignited.
So 34 total.
No.
It is ignited.
What does that do?
On a failed save, it takes 1d6 damage.
Ooh, 1d6 damage.
I on
And
5 damage.
on subsequent turns, it must on the start of each of its turn until the spell ends, it must make a Constitution saving throw and take 1d6 fire damage.
How much fire damage did it just take?
5.
Okay. And it's ice, so it's gonna double that.
That's attack number 1. Here's attack number 2. That's 19 on die. Oh, that's 27.
You're flanking, you get advantage.
Oh, I get advantage. That's right. That was a 9, so
Okay.
well, I don't crit.
So you don't get the fire on this one. You just get the.
Yeah,
you
he
can
doesn't.
just
He
spend
doesn't
spell
crit
slots
on
for
19s
radiant
like
get
you
all
do.
the-
Okay.
So do you have third level spell slots left? You
Yes, I have
you
one
just used 2.
double spell slot left.
All right, so yeah, so another 5d8 radiant.
Yep. 7.
7, 8,
15.
15. Paladins do a ridiculous amount of damage.
7.
yeah, they do a lot of burst damage up front.
22.
They do a lot of damage to fiends too.
22.
Oh, yeah.
Suddenly I'm weirded out with this mic.
That's 29. And then the last die.
Something wrong with me.
Ah, 30.
Just a little bit.
30.
30. And then we actually roll the damage on the weapon.
So 30 radiant.
30 radiant, 7 piercing,
All right, it's
and
hurt.
that's it.
And it comes to its turn.
Constitution saving throw.
I wonder what it's unhappy with.
Now, there's 2 elements here. Roll me another d6. There's 2 elements here. Number 1,
Right.
it
3
knows the fighter is currently weak, and so it's actually going to attack the fighter.
Aww.
It can spend its action putting itself out.
Distract
if
it with
wants
your
to.
birthday hat.
It's not going to.
No, doesn't matter.
I just...
Unlike these things are intelligent and they follow orders perfectly.
Orders.
Also, they're not afraid to die because if they die, they get reformed in the hells.
All right.
Painfully, mind you, but
Still
All right.
reformed.
So first attack hits.
Okay.
Zachary. The first attack hits.
We're flanking it, so I can't be...
You're next to him.
We can flank it while I'm next to him?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, you
In that case,
Yeah,
disadvantage.
we're 2.
That's okay. That's what I was waiting
Right.
for.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Darn.
Oh, wow. HQ has an $8,500 prize right now.
nice.
But I can't.
All right. The claw misses.
Just play.
The tail hits. So, bite. You take 7 physical damage and 15 cold damage. And tail, you take 9 physical damage and 11 cold damage. Oh, I forgot the imps. The imps got to go too, and they're all attacking you.
Okay.
1 misses. Ooh, okay.
1 crits.
Hold on. Roll a d6.
An imp rips off your arm.
Rolls that. Doesn't do that properly. And rolls that.
Isn't it so nice having a computer available for you as a DM?
So,
Yeah, I'll make a lot of use out of that once I
one of the imps misses you.
We can
One of
cut
the
each
imps
monitors.
accidentally implants its own stinger into the back of its skull, and its head explodes.
William, if you want to invest in another
Music
like
to my
that,
ears.
that'd be helpful too.
And the last one hits you. Make me a Constitution
touchscreen
saving throw.
monitor.
Yeah, we moved the bigger one.
Can I do that when I'm unconscious?
Oh, you're unconscious?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it doesn't attack you then. They would swarm the paladin.
Oh. Okay.
What are you unconscious from? The physical damage or the? Are you unconscious from the imp hitting you or the ice demon?
The ice demon.
Okay, so yeah.
6. Okay, so they're gonna.
So you're unconscious?
Yeah.
All right. So in that case, it would attack Zachary, which.
No, because my reaction got used.
Okay, cool. What's your AC?
22.
So it would have missed you.
No, sorry, because I used the... I did attack with my shield, so that's down by... It's to 20.
Okay, it would have missed you because it rolled a 19.
Cool.
So never mind. Forget that. Father, you're unconscious. Make me roll a d20.
Death saving throw.
16 on the die.
All right, you made a death saving throw. Congratulations.
Successful death
81.
save.
Oh, he's actually within the paladin's aura, so he gets the paladin's aura on his death saves because they're actually a saving throw.
Nice.
I mean,
John.
you succeeded. I see that the fighter is down. I indicate that to Faust. And then I hold up a hand as well, and I'm aiming for an area that encompasses. Actually, no. I'll just do this because I can see the ice demon. How injured does the ice demon look, by the way?
Very.
Yeah, he's been taking damage quite a bit.
Magi Sagita. And I cast a 6th level magic missile at it.
Feliz Navidad.
Yep.
I'm glad that was
Very
the only one who
festive.
thought that.
Magi Sagita.
Feliz Navidad.
3, 4. Somebody write these down and add them up, please.
3, 4.
3,
7.
4. 4.
11.
4.
15.
15.
So that was 4. That was 3, 4. 3,
18.
4,
22.
4.
26.
Plus 7.
It dies.
So I just wave the staff, and 7 magic missiles appear in an arc above me, launch around the ice wall, and impact on the ice demon.
Yep.
Ice devil.
Holly.
Yes, I have the bunny.
Okay. You're just going to hold on to the bunny?
I'm gonna go back towards.
There are 2 imps left.
2 imps left. Can I do anything while holding the bunny?
You can throw a knife.
Or throw the bunny.
Or would casting Cloud of Daggers
Yes.
make
It's a
the bunny turn?
concentration spell.
Dang it.
Also, they're hovering over party members.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a knife.
All right, roll me an attack.
Mind Spike is a divination spell.
Yep.
I'm sorry, what do I add? to
6th
my
level
attack?
magic missile. When
Dexterity
you really want a
plus
thing
1
to die.
plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
Or a lot of things to
Oh,
feel pain.
awesome. Okay, I need to add that. Okay. 23.
You hit. Roll damage. 1d4 plus 1 plus your dex modifier.
Doesn't matter if it takes any damage.
I want to know how dead it is. I know it's at 1 hit point.
I only rolled a 1. So
So that's 2.
7.
7.
Yeah. So the dagger doesn't hit it great, but the dagger is so sharp that the creature's head falls off.
Oh, fun.
And like perfect clean cut.
Yay.
And then the dagger returns to your hand.
All right, awesome. Boom a dagger.
Unless you want to teleport to where the dagger is.
No, I got the bunny and everything right now. I'm
Yeah, that
cool.
that seems fine.
I'm cool. I can use it later.
It's the imp's turn. Imps are cowardly, but they're more afraid of, well, I don't know, actually. Paladin, make an intimidation check.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm just picturing his
13.
paladin wearing that.
Alright. It decides to
Hard
attack
not
you.
to.
Make your attack of opportunity.
He's used his reaction.
Did my reaction?
Oh, it hasn't been your turn yet again.
Nope.
Right.
All right.
Because you know how I do turns.
Well, about that.
Critical hits.
Do I get to make a Constitution
kill.
save?
Make a Constitution saving throw.
I get to make a Constitution saving throw.
Well, I'm going to roll up what will happen regardless, just
20.
on the die? Or with the
No,
okay.
20 with the +4.
You succeed your Constitution saving throw and avoid its 92 percentile on your head.
Woohoo! It hits that you headbutt the stinger.
Like, the
Turns
stinger
out,
comes in,
A helmet.
and it hits the helmet and not your skull. You take regular damage. Make a Constitution saving throw against poison.
Do I?
You mean the disease is not poison.
No. I think I have as a Goliath. No, I don't. Never mind.
No.
I don't have a thing as a Goliath.
No, Goliath let you flex damage away.
Yeah. That is 15.
Okay. You take 5 physical damage and you resist the poison.
5 physical damage?
Yeah. Also,
Unless you want to flex.
Sentinel specifically. Sentinel
insult to
specifically
injury.
lets you make an attack opportunity if a creature attacks an ally within 5 feet of you that isn't you.
Oh.
Yeah, doesn't let you do it on you.
It's for protecting other people.
Oh. Well, good to know.
Same thing with the protection style with the shield and how you can impose disadvantage.
That was an 11 on the die, so...
You don't take damage.
No, I
So it hits your helmet and deflects into your neck, but you flex your muscly neck.
I just took no damage from a critical hit. Which, by the way, I would have taken 2 damage because I have damage reduction 3 against all physical damage. Because of the heavy armor master.
So what we're saying is...
So what we're
This
saying is
imp
I'm
had
just
nothing.
fighting this thing.
This imp had nothing going for it.
It should
All
be
right.
good.
William, do you care to do anything?
I just gotta look at the situation.
Hit the wall again.
I won't let him have that killing blow. And I,
It would have been me having it anyways.
No, Zachary's next.
so the material component for negative energy flood is a broken bone and a square of black silk. Guess what I have in my hand and what I'm wearing? So I just kind of tap my staff on the ground, and threads of negative energy just kind of soar over the wall towards the creature. It needs to make a Constitution
dead.
saving throw.
It's very, very dead.
Just
It's
only
all
take
of the
one
dead.
hit.
It failed its saving throw. You do
Hang
your
on, I want to see. I
5d12.
want to see how dead it is. 4.
He only had 1 point left,
8.
right?
17.
Well, how dead it is determines how cool of a zombie it becomes.
No, hold on one second.
Oh, I see.
22.
Yeah.
Wait.
34 points of necrotic damage.
So this thing dies so hard that it literally comes back to life and dies again.
Yeah, it doesn't, like, it's a fiend.
So
It doesn't
you
leave a
could
corpse
catch one.
behind to become a zombie.
Like it explodes and then it reforms back into a thing and then it bursts into flames and vanishes from this plane of existence.
Exactly.
After it explodes, I then turn my head over. What was that, Ruckus? Huh. I just shrug my shoulders, and I'm going to start healing him.
Congratulations.
Does the ice wall melt, by the way? Or is it still there?
It's still there. It's legit. At this point, it's not magic. It's just there's a wall of ice. It will slowly melt away.
Do I have any cantrips that can do
I just love the zombie pursues whatever creature it can see that is closest to it. You don't control the zombie that's
No.
made by it. It just goes after whatever's closest.
So, question.
Yeah.
Can I use control water
I don't
to...
appreciate that.
So control water lets
Yeah, if it
you
had
part,
been a human,
like,
it would've gone
part
after
the
you.
waves?
I
Could I use that
yes.
to part the ice wall?
Yes.
So I just walk up to the ice wall,
Right at the crack.
Imperium Aquam, and just like slide my hand down it, and it goes
Congratulations, you have made a sliding door.
and walk through.
And that is where we'll pick up next time, people.
All right. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Everybody.
Farewell.